of that stuff.
We used to beg my mother to take us to Washington Stop to get pony beads, like crafts and stuff, and it'd be like, we're gonna sell these and make millions. We're gonna make so much money selling our beaded bracelets.
Before Michael's.
No. And my mom would take me for my birthday every year and let me pick out what birthday cake I wanted, because they must have had like a book you could look through, and it would tell you like what form to buy and what colors to buy, and she would like hand make all the thing. It was a big deal for her. Yeah. We spent a good amount of time at the One Stop.
I say we make that Burger King thing a ritual. I love that Burger King.
I like an Impossible Whopper.
Did they do Impossible Nuggets? They should do Impossible Nuggets.
They do.
It's not possible.
That's not possible. All right. I did it again. One moment, please. Forgot to do something. Doesn't matter how many episodes we do. I always forget. You mother fudger.
Language.
This happens all the time. I'll go to like click something at the top of my screen, and like a Threads or Twitter notification comes in, and I end up touching that by accident. I'm like, by the way, I got something about Twitter notifications to tell you. All right. Okay.
Tweagle is back.
Okay. Let's get this out of here.
I'm all caffeined up, people, so be ready.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, webisode 1021, the Raging Bolt podcast.
I've got a Raging Bolt.
Can you tell us about Raging Bolt, please?
Okay, well.
Lightning Bolt.
Raging Bolt.
Raging Bolt is said to incinerate everything around it with lightning launched from its fur. Very little is known about this creature. 17 feet tall.
I know. I was thinking that. Listen, go next one.
1,058.2 pounds. The gender is unknown, and the category is paradox.
How much is a ton? 2,000 pounds? So it's half a ton?
I don't know.
Half a ton.
Oh, Percy's
Hello?
looking good. I don't know. I'm
please?
sorry. I got...
Just go. You're fine.
Abilities include... I'm sorry. Gender is unknown. Category is paradox. Abilities include proto-synthesis, which boosts the Pokemon's most proficient stat in harsh sunlight, or if the Pokemon's holding booster energy. That is the end of the Pokemon section.
Thank you. Thank you, Mom Brain. Yes, Percy's looking fantastic in the chat. That is wonderful. What do I call my cousin's wife? What is that?
Your cousin's fiance is your cousin. Well, actually,
she's
it's
a
your
cousin now.
Well, cousin-in-law, but it's your cousin's son's fiance, which is like a whole nother layer.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it. Whatever. This girl, she's sending me. She's been watching Neon Genesis Evangelion, and she's been sending me updates for weeks, and she's sending me very funny stuff right now. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Mom Brain is here.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mom Brain?
I'm great.
That's great. Deux is here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Nikki Hill is not here, but we speak his name.
We speak your name.
He is doing weekend. It's gonna rain. He's doing weekend Easter activities. So he is not here. He is with the Lord. But
he's not with the Lord.
He is with the Lord.
He's sitting on an egg.
But Josh Grobot is here. Josh, my friend, how are you doing?
I am the world's best singer.
Well, since you said it, Josh, I'll bring this up right now. Sergio ALB64 reached out and said, "Hi, RMC. It's Sergio ALB64, clandestinely known as Dumpkin Spice. I'm turning 39 today, and I'm feeling great. Could you ask your old college bud Josh to serenade me in today's pod? I won't be able to join live, for I will be watching the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Hopefully, I can snag myself a Yoshi popcorn bucket. They're going fast. Thank you for everything. You and the crew do, Michaels." He specifically wrote that.
Okay.
Love you all. Well, of course, and as long as Josh is up for it.
Reminds me of the old college days.
The old college days when you used to sing happy birthday to everyone. Let it rip, Josh. Every note perfect. No Happy 39th birthday,
Happy
Duncan
39.
Spice. We hope you enjoy the movie and you have a lovely birthday. And yeah, 39. 30. What are we? 43?
Yeah.
Not that far off.
Some of us are going to be 44 pretty soon.
Oh no.
Both of you, yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, what is it? April. Sure, if you want to.
It's just
May,
a number,
June,
right? It's
July,
just a
August.
number.
Whatever. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, you hit a point where you have so many birthdays where you're just like,
I
Just
never
happy to
thought
be
I would-
around.
Yeah, I never thought I'd get like that, but the past 3 years, I've like not known how old I am.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Just
I
don't
have to
wanna
ask
think
her.
about it.
Yeah, I totally mean that. And of course, George is here. George, how are you doing, my friend?
But George, no, feeling young and lively.
George, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm as old as the wind blows and as the trees grow, and I'm as old as the mountains grow high and as deep as the ocean.
So you're ancient. All right. Well, thanks for spending one tiny. It's like Freerin. Thank you for spending one little sliver of your life with us, George. We appreciate it.
No problem. I'm actually 39.
30 lime.
30 lime. Let me say hello to Discord. Hello, Drake and Radical Defect and Joe Shabadoo. And look at these cute animals. Sneaker Hacks. Sneaker Hack says, I do have 2 cats, but here is the Peanut update. Look at Peanut all snuggled up in bed.
That's very, very cute.
And Percy, we got to say hello to Percy. Hello, Mark.
Percy looking burnt.
Oh, hi, Mark. And Ice Dilbert. Ice Dilbert, I see you posted these gluten-free original Cheez-Its, and I've wanted to try them just to see what they're like. Oh, yeah. That's something we could talk about. Food. We talk about food on this podcast. We got... I feel are you up for trying a food on a podcast? It's not a crazy food at all.
Yeah,
promise.
I'm up for it.
I will go get it. Hello, Ditto Vision. Good to see you. No, Mom Brain, you keep the show going. Last week I had Nikki Hill and Do Michaels keep the show going, and I'd say it was excellent, perfect, no notes. So you just keep it going
nice.
for a couple times. Here you go. Here's something to talk about. Ditto Vision went to medieval times yesterday. Go.
We have been to medieval times before. A
Oh,
couple
yeah.
times. More than once.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of medieval times.
We went for my birthday. And we ended up with goblets
Yeah,
that like lit up, maybe.
I think didn't you ask one of the knights to sign a part of your body?
I
as well?
did. I asked one of the knights to sign my breast. And I think I used the word breast. And he told me he was not allowed.
You don't have to eat both. I've given Do Michaels Oreos.
Am I supposed to not just
You don't have any allergies,
my-
right?
Nope.
Okay.
You're just eating the Oreo. It's not. I promise you, it's not weird. It's not like this is turkey
I don't think
flavored
it's
or
weird.
anything
I
like
don't
that.
think
Yeah,
it's
it's just Oreo. And we will explain
Speaking of-
why.
It smells very normal.
Yes.
Well,
it
I'll
should.
wait. Because I want to talk about what Nikki Hill brought to the movie.
Oh yes, we will. Well, you can talk about that. Go ahead.
So we went to see the Mario movie last night, and Ramit and I met Nikki Hill at the theater, and I got the tickets. Ramit and I got there before he did. When he got there, I went out to meet him in the lobby and give him his ticket. We walk back in, and he's like getting himself situated, and he pulls out of his pocket a Ziploc bag. And in that Ziploc bag is
Candy, which is not all that weird.
right.
It's not
the
weird at all, I should say.
2 weirdest candies anyone has ever brought to a movie theater in their life.
Well, one of them was appropriate for the
I
film.
know, but still weird. It was like a Game Boy tin full of like Pez. Were they gum?
No, it's just Pez. You know,
It's
like,
just like-
really horrible, bad candy, but people buy it because it's like, oh, a Game Boy tin.
Right. But he brought it for snacking on, which would have been wouldn't have felt so weird, I don't think, if he hadn't also brought a bag of KFC jelly beans.
Yeah.
What?
I knew those existed. I don't know why he was like, let's bring them to the theater, because I'm not going to try those in the middle of
I
the
think
theater.
he said it was because he wasn't going to be here today. And I was like, no, I'm not
So they
sitting.
tasted like chicken or mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I forget what the exact flavors are, but they're KFC flavors. Now, I 100% would try that, but like at home, not in the middle of a
Or I
theater
could
where like
vomit.
maybe I'd eat one and be like, this is disgusting, and not have enough water to rinse the taste out of my mouth, or like
Plus,
I'd have
we're
to
not
go spit it
eating
out
these
somewhere.
we like them.
Yes.
This is for science.
Yes.
And we need to look at it and know what we're putting in our mouth
Yes.
as well. And if you're just throwing them in your mouth in
The
the dark,
flavors are fried chicken, sweet corn, and gravy.
There you go.
Oh,
So again, I am totally on board to try them as a novelty, but yes, as sitting in the theater like snacking, no, I'm not going to do that.
Now,
So-
those 2 Oreos I ate seemed pretty decent. What was the
Okay.
difference?
Did you tell me, because you're an Oreo person, right?
I
You
like Oreos.
So you tell me if you thought anything was different.
If you didn't say anything, I might not have noticed.
Okay.
But I was really, really kind of trying to discern what I was eating. And maybe not like a perfect rendition of an Oreo, but
Yes.
as close as you can get.
Yes. So they are sugar-free Oreos.
No way.
Yes.
No,
I've
that's
been waiting to
impressive.
try them. I know they're out. Mom Brain finally found them. I was nosy to see what they would taste like, and we got them. We both like them. We both said, I like Oreos a lot. I said I like these slightly better than a regular Oreo. Not crazily better, but slightly better.
Do you dunk Oreos in milk? Are you one
Sometimes
to do that?
yes, sometimes no.
Have
Yeah,
you
it
done
depends
it
on my
with
mood.
these?
Not yet. No, I want to
Curious.
do that.
I'm
Yes.
curious what's going to happen there, texture wise, but and flavor wise. But yeah, the fact that you told me it's sugar free. I mean, that's crazy.
Sugar-free.
Like usually you can tell if something's sugar free, and usually it's not that great.
Yes, I think the
Um,
cocoa flavor really helps with those as far as masking the sugar replacements that they're
Huh.
using. But yeah, they're legit good. 2 Oreos for 90 calories, sugar free.
The
So
double stuffed were 2 for like 120.
so it's not that. I think regular Oreos is like 3 for 140 or 150 or something. I don't know. So not a huge difference or anything like that. But yeah, they're good. They're legit good. The thing is, they're you don't get nearly as many. They come like you get a bag and they're in little packets of 2 within the bag, so you're not getting nearly as many Oreos, and obviously they're more expensive. But for people who can't have sugar, it's a fantastic option, I think. And they taste incredibly close to the original.
Yeah, I agree.
Nikki Hill's in the Discord and says, sorry, I'm not there today. I did eat those KFC jelly beans and I'm now in the hospital. I laid an egg and they're running some tests to see if I'm turning into a chicken or an Easter bunny.
This is partially a religious story too. He could be reborn as the Easter bunny. Perfect weekend for it to happen. Do we have? Is there one Easter bunny, or are there It's like the Santa Claus. Is there another replacement Easter bunny over the years? Or
Well, the way that the bunnies reproduce, I'd say there's probably tons of Easter bunnies all
we
over.
get a new bunny every year. Well, Nikki Hill, we wish you the best, and hopefully you become whatever you want to become. So chicken or Easter bunny, I think you'd be fine either way. All right. We got some things to talk about today. I promise you we are talking about the Super Mario Galaxy movie because, as you heard, Mom Brain and I saw it last night, as did Nikki Hill, but he is not around to... Hello, Tony. He's not around to talk about it. We will get to that, but as always, there's things to talk about on the show because I want to talk about them and they have nothing to do with video games, so we're going to do that. And I wrote myself notes about these because I was so enraged by both of them. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to talk about them. So get ready, people, because it's going to be ranty. First off, have either of you heard anything about Project Hail Mary author Andy Weir this week?
No.
Yeah, he said something, right? He put his foot in his mouth with something.
Sure did.
Oh, no.
I forget what it was.
Don't worry, because instead of doing what I normally do, I'll write myself a note, and I'm always like, I'll remember what this is. And then at the end of the week, I read the note, and I'm like, what the hell does this mean? This time I wrote the quotes and everything, so
Nice.
I'm all in. So if you're an Andy Weir fan, I'm not going to say this will make you not a fan, but if you'd like to plug your ears and la 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 through this, then go right ahead.
La la la.
So Andy Weir was on the Critical Drinker podcast, which is So I did a deep dive because I don't know anything about Critical Drinker podcasts, but apparently it's not the greatest podcast. But that's coming from just someone who's read about it and hasn't listened. So I may be misinformed. I don't know. But Andy Weir was on Critical Drinker and he talked about a whole bunch of things, and we're going to get into all of that. But he talked about Star Trek. Now, I am a Star Trek fan. Mom Brain will back that up. I've been a Star Trek fan for all my life. My parents were big into Star Trek, which is how I got into it, and I just really appreciate it.
Respect the Trek.
So Andy Weir talked about Star Trek, and I will read you his exact quote. Quote, I'll give you my opinion, and I'm just a consumer. I like Strange New Worlds. I think it's pretty good. I didn't hate Enterprise. I thought it was kind of weird. Lower Decks I thought was entertaining and fun. All the others, they can go. And here's another thing. I pitched a Star Trek show to Paramount, and I was in Zoom with the showrunners with all the shows and spent a lot of time talking to executive producer Alex Kurtzman. I don't like a lot of the new Trek. He, as a person, is a really nice guy. But at the same time, those shows are shovel. He is a nice guy. End quote. So I'm like, Andy, do you not realize your position of power here? That you're just going to be like, all those Star Trek shows, those are shovel. Also, after saying Lower Decks I thought was entertaining and fun, Strange New Worlds I thought was pretty good, and I didn't hate Enterprise. And then he's like, and then the rest of Star Trek, they're all shovel. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, where? Again, we have this situation of media training. Like, how you can have these opinions and put them out there in a way that doesn't sound so crappy. You could just be like,
exactly.
I've tried all these Star Trek things, and I didn't find things that really clicked for me, but there were some shows that I found elements that I appreciated. Not be like, there's this guy, he does Star Trek, all of it's shovel, but he's a nice guy. It's like, yeah. But
this guy's gone to the Brian Cox school of how to talk to an interviewer.
I will continue on and say that I did more research today, and Andy Weir has since apologized and said it was a long apology, but I have a piece of it. He says, quote, I was trying to be funny, but in retrospect, it comes off as disrespectful and mean, so I'm sorry for that. I was also trying to be self-deprecating when I said, but they didn't like my pitch, so F them. But out of context, it read like I actually meant it, end quote. So yeah, he pitched stuff to the Star Trek people and they turned it down. So now we know what's really going on here. Andy Weir had an axe to grind because he didn't get to do the Star Trek thing that he wanted to do. So now it's like, and this
comes off.
Yeah, this other stuff is bad.
Did you happen to listen to the podcast clip, or did you read his?
I listened to the segment
because sometimes people's like tone can be totally different when you hear them say it.
Is it one of those podcasts where the person drinks for the whole time too? So
well, Critical Drinker is about. I don't know if they're drinking the whole time because I wasn't listening to the whole podcast, but I had the timestamps for that discussion.
So I could also imagine that, like, you think something's going to land, but yes,
I'm sure the podcast is, I can't imagine the show is connoisseurs of alcohol who don't drink during the show and just talk about other stuff. I would imagine they're sitting there feeling all highfalutin with their, beverages, drinking, and then philosophizing about whatever. Well, that's what it is. It's about, we're cool, we're drinking, and we're going to drink and talk about whatever. So you're going to not get perhaps the most nuanced take because we're half in the bag. That's my guess. I don't know. But you might have heard this and you're like, I don't know why RMC is like being such a stickler about this stuff. Well, here's where the real bad part
Stickle, baby, stickle.
Also on this podcast, he said this, quote, I dislike social commentary. Like, I really hate it. When I'm reading a book, I just want to be entertained, not preached at by the author. Plus, it ruins the wonder of the story if I know the author has a political or social axe to grind. I no longer speculate about all possible outcomes of the story because I know for a fact that the universe of that book will conspire to ensure that the author's political agenda is validated. I hate that. I'm going to stop there. Okay, whatever. I don't love hearing it, but you're allowed to hate whatever you want. and you're allowed to like whatever you want. If you don't want political commentary, okay, that's fine. Agree to disagree, but you are free to read whatever you want. And if you don't want it to have politics in it, fine. Now let me continue. I put no politics or social commentary into my stories at all. Anyone who thinks they see something like that is reading into it on their own. I have no point to make, and I'm not trying to affect the reader's opinion on anything. My sole job is to entertain, and I stick to that. End quote. The man wrote the book. If he's saying he wrote the book with no political intentions at all, that's fine. When I read something like Project Hail Mary and the author is like, this is not influenced by politics and I do not have a political agenda and I did not put any politics in this, I'm like, are you misunderstanding how politics play into things? But oh, all right, I guess so. Now the last part of the quote is where it all goes out the window for me. Quote, for instance, as a lifelong Star Trek fan, it's always bothered me that there is a presumed responsibility within Star Trek shows to talk about social issues. I just want to watch Romulans and the Federation shoot at each other. End quote. What the fart are you watching? You lost me at the end. Star Trek is, from the beginning, inherently political and pushed back strongly against many of the mainstream political ideas when that show came out. To say you're a Star Trek fan and be like, I don't get why all the shows got to be political. What were you watching? How are you engaging with Star Trek? This shows a fundamental misunderstanding of Star Trek to me. This blows my mind. Like, I don't agree with the other stuff he said, but it's his book and whatever. I can't be like, no, it is political. I mean, I could say that, but the author will be like, I didn't write it as political. And I'd be like, well, then I can't argue that because then you're saying you didn't. Whatever, I may take political things from it, and I may think maybe your understanding of politics or understanding of how politics are in everything may be lacking, but I can't be like, no, you definitely put politics in it because he wrote the book. I can't say that. But for him to be like, it's this Star Trek, man, I don't know why all the shows got to have social commentary. What have you been engaging with as a Star Trek fan? This makes no sense to me at all. This is insane. Like, right off the bat, like, interracial couples and everything in Star Trek. Like that was I can't, this is the, I don't want to say dumb, but this is the strangest take I have ever seen for someone who says that they're a Star Trek fan.
Well, I think we know now why his script wasn't, chosen to be the next Star Trek movie, because he doesn't understand it. Like you said, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of what it is. Like the whole premise, I believe, I'm not a huge Star Trek guy, but the whole premise, I believe, is that the world like kind of came together and now we're like spreading love across the galaxy in a way, right? It's something like
Blood
that.
Ocean.
So I don't, it's just weird because like that seems to be the whole premise of the entire thing. And Gene Roddenberry, but like famously spoke at length about like the intentions behind the show.
Gene Roddenberry, I believe, was a self-described communist back then. Like he's like, I'm a communist. I believe in what communists like. Nowadays, he wouldn't be seen like that at all. There's plenty of people who'd be like, you need to be more progressive. But this is like what we were talking about when we were playing Fortnite last night. Again, a conversation we've had multiple times where it's like people who are like ultra MAGA who watch let's say Star Wars, and they're like, yeah, get that Darth Vader. It's like, what are you watching here? But now that's it. I guess Andy Weir watches Star Trek and he's like, yeah, get those Romulans. And it's like, okay, but like as who said it? Tony in the chat says half of Star Trek is avoiding the shooting. Yeah, the whole point is not to do any of that. It's not like can't wait for the fights here. It's like, okay, don't get me wrong, I love a good space battle and everything, but like the whole ethos of Star Trek is diplomacy and working together and moving beyond all that stuff. And oh my God, it's insane. It's the most insane take about Star Trek I've ever seen. And to know that an author, like a mainstream author who is a self-described Star Trek fan, has that take, I'm like, what are we doing?
Seems, I read Project Hail Mary. It seems like a pretty intelligent book to me. Like, I mean, I wouldn't. It's just strange to. there's such a disconnect
Yes.
when you think about it, because you're like, oh, I really enjoyed this book. It seems really thoughtful, and then it's like, oh wait, this guy doesn't understand Star
Yeah.
Trek, but he claims to be a fan.
So like the Project Hail Mary is a very like heady book when it comes to its science because it's factual based science. But I guess when you look at like the way the world operates around that science and like the mechanisms that keep the world going forward to like the programs to make that science and facilitate that science and all the money and politics that play into that, I guess he's just like over his head or doesn't care.
Well, I mean, this might surprise you coming out of my mouth, but to a certain extent, I get that, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like the lens that you're looking through doesn't have to be political. You're telling a story, right?
I understand it.
Where I guess I appreciate.
Hey, Roth.
In the world that we live in, I guess I can appreciate someone wanting to entertain, just purely entertain.
Yes.
However, I'm kind of inclined these days to feel like saying you're staying apolitical or not getting involved in politics is a vote for the wrong side.
I mean, I will say when people, maybe this is wrong, but I agree with you. When people are like, I stay out of politics or I'm apolitical, I'm like, that's one way of saying another thing, really. Like, I guess there are.
Yeah, I agree with
people,
radical defect. Apolitical is irresponsible.
I guess there are people out there who, I agree with that 100%, by the way, but I guess I should give people the benefit of the doubt. And there are people out there who say, I don't pay attention to politics. I'm apolitical. There are people out there
health
like
reasons
that.
Why, like,
well, there's just people out there who aren't, they're just not that they're not navigating those circles and whatever. And while they may be part of them and not realize it, that's a whole different discussion. But there are people out there who genuinely feel that way and aren't up to date on politics. And yes, that does exist. But if Andy Weir saying that is not something I would have on my bingo card. But again, all the other stuff I said before that, I'm like, okay, benefit of the doubt. Okay, it's his book. I don't have any place to say no, it is political. That's all fine. But you get to the Star Trek stuff, and I'm like, okay, now you're making it very hard for me to follow all the stuff I've already said because this makes no sense to me. So it blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. And let me say this very clearly. I don't think Andy Weir is a bad person. I'm not mad at Andy Weir. This was just so shocking to me with the Star Trek statement, with the stuff he said before, that I was like, what? I don't.
Yeah, for
I don't
me,
get
it's it's just the Star Trek thing, just misunderstanding the kind of the whole premise behind it.
That's really crazy to me. But I guess it is I don't even understand how it could be face value, because I'd be like, okay, you're watching Star Trek for the Romulan fights and all that stuff. What are you doing for like the 45 minutes of every other episode or the 60 minutes of most episodes where there's no fights? Like, what are you doing during those episodes? I don't understand what you're doing. I don't get it at all. So, but whatever. That just blew my mind. Now let's move on to something else that we can all 100% get behind and be very angry about, everybody. Who heard Dana White's comments this week?
Moving on.
King of the UFC.
Oh yeah, it was something about I guess the fans were upset that ads were using AI.
Stu Michaels is tapped in. He is on
he seemed pretty tough. He seemed pretty tough. I was impressed.
So Deux is right. Dana White at one of the press conferences for one of his UFC things, one of the reporters was like, what do you have this? I'm paraphrasing. The reporter was like, what do you have to say to the audience members who are upset that when they're watching broadcasts, they're seeing AI advertisements and stuff like that? Dana White's quote in full is this quote, "Give me a effing break. AI is coming. And if we're using AI, who gives a shovel? People are upset and we should use artists. How about this? Shut the F up and watch the fights." End quote.
I mean, that's like something that Vince McMahon would say to the audience in a storyline. You know what I mean? But this is like dead serious.
Yes.
This guy thinks he's tough. He thinks he doesn't need his fans, and the fans are letting, like, a lot of them just are letting him insult them like this. It's crazy.
And again, there's ways to respond to that where you keep the same feeling, but you don't basically tell your fans who gives an F, just watch the thing. Like, this is insane to me that a reporter is like, hey, there's portion of your audience is upset about this. What would you like to say? And his answer is, F them, just watch the show and shut up. Like, that's a literal. I know Dana White has zero interest in any PR training and he shoots from the hip and whatever, but it's just
Tells you like it is.
it's insane to me to hear that. And I understand you can't listen to every complaint, and not every complaint is valid or anything like that. But
But it's like
AI's
a hot button issue,
AI is
and
a
it's
big
about your
topic.
fans.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's crazy. It's about all that, and you could have every intention to not change at all from that, but you could give a different answer. Like, I just it's insane to me to be like,
I
F you
don't
fans,
want
but
to be
keep
here.
watching. Like, it's like, Dana, do you understand that you saying that could turn off a portion of your audience? But he doesn't. I guess he doesn't care.
yeah, I don't. He doesn't strike me as the kind that would care.
I mean,
guess
are they still gonna, battle on the White House lawn? I'm sure he realizes that anyone who's gonna leave him has already done so. I don't think anybody else is jumping from that ship.
Yeah, I would imagine it's true. The bulk of the audience doesn't care or doesn't know, and doesn't care is a conversation for another day. Obviously, we care about that stuff. Doesn't know. I'm not going to fault everybody that watches UFC for not knowing that an ad uses AI, whatever, because a lot of it is very hard to tell nowadays. But, yeah, like, Dana, don't you see, like, Dana, like, I know you're making your money and that's whatever. You really don't care as long as you're making your money. But, like, Dana, don't you see, like, AI is coming?
Money.
Yeah, it's coming because nobody's trying to stop it that are in positions of power. Dana, you're in a position of power. Like, you could be someone who says, like, no AI ads, but
Well,
you want the money.
That's sort of, one of the things I think of when people say, like, I don't do politics or I'm apolitical. Like, what a privilege that you have the money and the power that, like,
The money.
you are benefiting from. You can pay for whatever you need, right? Like, and that's not across the board, right? Like, there's plenty of people who don't have money and power and say that they're apolitical. But I definitely, when people think that they're untouchable because they have money and they have power, and that's where I start to really have a.
And again, obviously on this podcast, we're all very against generative AI. We're not saying all AI is bad. There are uses for AI that are good, but generative AI is what we're speaking about mostly here. And there's nuance for other stuff, but generative AI in particular, which is what's being used for these advertisements. Disappointing to see. But, if you're someone who's against generative AI and you are a UFC fan, consider not buying every pay-per-view or canceling your fight pass or whatever. As we've talked about here before, I love WWE. It pains me all the time, every day, that I am not watching, but I'm voting with my wallet and my time and all that stuff. So it is what it is. I don't like it, but I want, my voice is nothing, but in a sea of voices that do the same thing, it can make something happen. So like I said, if you're a UFC fan, just think on it and think how you want to maybe pull back, or if it doesn't matter to you. I'm not here to tell you any of that, but now you have the information and now you know. Those are the two things I want to talk about. There's one other thing before we get to the Mario movie. It's very quick, and I want to say it to you because you are the only one at the table that would care, but I hope other people sorry, a video of Brie Larson talking about Mario Happy Meal toys came up. You're the only one at the table that would care. I hope other listeners might care. I follow Al Jean on social media. He's a
Simpsons fame.
writer, producer on The Simpsons, co-creator of The Critic, and that's very crucial here. I follow Al Jean because I like him. But also, I'm always curious if something The Critic is coming up and somebody will, like, he'll repost somebody's Critic thing or whatever. He's talked about in the past about how he wants to bring back The Critic, all this stuff. Last night, walking on the treadmill, Al Jean TikTok or a Twitter notification comes up and it says, "Dusting this off, real John Lovitz." So he tagged John Lovitz in it. And it's a picture of The Critic DVD. And I was like, what's going on here? And I replied instantly, like within like 5 seconds. I was the first reply. You can see it. And I said in all capital letters, does this mean something? And then regular, not capital. Please tell me please tell me it means something. And it was liked by 3 people right away. 2 of them were GoNintendo people. 1, I could not see that they liked it. Now, call me crazy, but I think Al Jean is someone who would protect what tweets he likes as to not let people know
You're crazy.
if there's other thing going on. But come on, what's going on here? This has to mean something, right? You don't post this and be like, I co-created a critic. I want the critic to come back. Also, I'm going to make this post publicly to John Lovitz, and just no talk is going to come of this. Now, again, last night this was posted and I liked it. It had 3 or 4 likes at the time. It has 1.8 thousand likes right now.
Wow.
So it's out there.
Ratio.
No, John, the original tweet had 1.8 thousand likes. So let's see.
So yeah, but I mean, he just said dusting this off with a picture of the DVDs. Maybe he was literally pulling out the DVDs, dusting them off, playing them. He wanted John Lovitz to know he was watching the old episodes, and maybe
that is also true. Yes, that is also very true. But
it would be great to have more. I mean, while John Lovitz is still here, I think it would be great to have some more critic, and like where it's endless the amount of jokes you can do, because like there's always going to be new movies, and like the movie business has changed so much that like I would love to hear Jay Sherman's take on like streaming movies and like great actors in like straight to streaming crap, like or just the new movies or whatever. Like,
yeah,
imagine the possibilities. And his Australian friend and the and Duke and all the others, his parents.
Yes, now would be a fantastic time for the show to come back. There's so much stuff to lampoon and criticize and all that. It would be amazing. So I just had to put that out there. Keep my fingers crossed. Joe Shabadoo says the third like is probably Alf. It's funny you say that, because right now I just see, as you guys may remember, Alf and I follow each other on Twitter. I just saw now that a follower in common that I have with Al Jean is Alf. So Alf does follow Al Jean.
It could be Alf. It could be Steakums.
And Alf, Mark says Alf for president, and I completely agree.
We got a
Alf for president button right there. That's it.
Oh wow,
there it is.
We got the merch already.
We got it ready, Alf. I will go to the voting booth and cast my vote towards you, Alf, regardless of how many people are trying to stop me, maybe from this planet or other planets. But I would cast my vote for Alf. It couldn't be any worse than it is now. I would worry about cats. I would say that.
yeah,
But, you know, and to be fair, I know Alf loves eating cats, but I've never seen him eat a cat. He manages to like keep it at bay. But
Alf is sending ice all over the country to get like cats to bring him back to him.
All right, Mom Brain, let us move on to Nintendo related news now.
Wait, before we do the movie,
these poor people.
I told you that I came across something today that I am very interested in.
I'm interested in this.
I discovered via my TikTok feed.
I'm interested in this.
Cyberdecks.
You know, I've learned about Cyberdecks recently, and I was like, Mom Brain would be really into this.
I'm really
but I'm
into
gonna let
this.
her organically find
I
it.
am really into this.
Go ahead, tell everybody.
I
what
don't.
it is.
I mean, it's essentially just like a tiny little homemade computer that you, from what I can see, you make with like junk if you can find it.
It doesn't
Like,
have to be tiny.
and the ones that I've seen, you make them into like a cigar box or like whatever you want.
But
like
for what?
For like watching movies or playing games. Like it's essentially like a little laptop.
Yeah, but it's more for like, you know, like yes, you're right, but it's also for like specifically aimed at your hobbies. Like your Cyberdeck will be loaded up with stuff related to your hobbies.
And it just looks so cool.
Well, make a Cyberdeck.
And I really want to make a Cyberdeck.
Go ahead. We got that old Linux laptop somewhere around here that I'm sure would be perfect for that. It just depends on what you're trying to do, but
I feel like I could do it.
okay. What are you going to do with your Cyberdeck though? Like, what are you
You don't want to know.
hacking the government?
I don't dare tell you.
All right, now we'll talk about the Mario movie.
Yes.
Mom, Brain, and I saw and Nikki Hill. We speak
Let's
your
have a
name.
little fun.
Saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie last night. We will try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but I'm sure we will discuss some spoilers.
No way! I don't believe
Was
it.
DK in it?
Spoiler alert. Yes, but only as like a, he doesn't say anything. He might make like an effort, but he's like in the background of one scene. You see him doing something. He's not like a character. But the Lumas do mention DK. They're like, we want to hear about DK or whatever when Rosalina's telling them a story. So
Nice.
yes, he is in the movie and he is mentioned in the movie. So we walked into the theater yesterday and the theater was playing Super Mario Galaxy music. And I was like, this is crazy. And then when we left the movie, I was in the bathroom peeing and like I'm hearing like Gusty Garden Galaxy. And I was like, what is
Nice.
going on here, man?
Hearing gusts.
Yeah.
Hey, Malakayla, I was like, this I can't believe this is my life. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Little kid me, if I was like, guess what? You're going to go see a Mario movie in the theater. Star Fox is going to be in it. And you're going to be hearing Mario music while you're going to the bathroom.
And you're going to be sitting next to your girlfriend.
My mind would have exploded 10 times over. So anyway, Mom Brain, I'll let you start. Talk about your thoughts on the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Again, we will do our best to keep them mostly spoiler free, but there will probably be some spoilers.
I did not love it. It was fun. I enjoyed sitting next to you and knowing that you were really excited about the Star Fox stuff. But there were a couple of times during the movie where I was like, maybe I'll go to the bathroom. Maybe I'll go get some popcorn. Like it wasn't bad, but I wasn't in love with
You
it.
said you liked it the same as the first movie.
Yeah, I think I give it like a 5.
Points that give me high points, low points.
Well, the Star Fox part was really cool.
Yeah, it was. Of course it was.
There were a couple of
William.
moments that I thought were like nice. But I think what I enjoyed most was how interesting the environments were and just like looking at like details and
they're overloaded with stuff. Like there's so much to take in. There's no chance you're going to see all of it while you're watching a movie.
But it was just a movie.
Low points?
I mean, the humor was unhumorous.
The humor is bad to non-existent.
And I think that like
the first movie.
They think maybe they're catering to kids, but like that in that case, I don't think they give kids enough credit. And maybe that like offends me, right? Because like kids can have very sophisticated senses of humor. And also there are things that are not sophisticated and very funny to kids and grown-ups, so it's not that, but I think that was rough for me. And I don't know, it felt just like really shallow. Like it felt just like an explosion of things that was like, here, look at this. Here, look at this.
Yes.
And like, I couldn't tell you what the story really like.
The story is Rosalina's captured and it's kind of like one of the games. The story is the princess is captured and they got to save her. That's the story.
Do they start out in Brooklyn again?
No. But you do see the story of Yoshi, who at the end of the first movie is the teaser. There's his egg, and you see Yoshi does hang out in Brooklyn they do like a little montage of Yoshi in Brooklyn and show how he gets back to the Mushroom Kingdom. So there's that.
How was the Yoshi voice acting?
I said to Mom Brain, Donald Glover, he doesn't sound exactly like Yoshi, but it's good enough for me. Does
he have lines or is he just say Yoshi?
No, he says Yoshi, but he does all the things that Yoshi does. So it's Donald Glover. Donald Glover very clearly knows Yoshi and how Yoshi speaks, quote unquote, in the games. So he's doing like the Yoshi and all that stuff.
Nice.
And he does it he doesn't sound like Donald Glover. It's not like Donald Glover's regular voice. So it's like Donald Glover's Yoshification of his own voice. And it was, I don't even want to say it was fine. It was good. Like, I don't have any complaints at all. There's no parts where you're like, oh, that sounds bad. It doesn't sound exactly like Yoshi, but I came away as impressed as you can be with Donald Glover doing a Yoshi thing. So it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination.
Plus, I mean, you're going against C. Pratt and the other guy. You know, they're just so bland. Like, in my opinion, like,
yes,
they're kind of bland.
Chris Pratt is very bland. Charlie Day as Luigi is fine. I don't care. I will say, is it Anya or Anya?
I think it's Anya.
Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, I thought in this movie did a very nice job. I thought this is so stupid to say, I thought she acted like she did a night, like she put in effort. I thought she was good.
She could do it all.
I thought Jack Black is Jack Black, you know.
He's always been Jack Black.
You're going to get Jack Black, and he's fine. I don't mind his Bowser. It's fine. Brie Larson as Rosalina has some nice moments. Like, I didn't think she was bad at all. Spoiler alert, you don't get to hear. She's more of a plot device than anything in the movie, so you don't get to hear too much from her.
Rosalina's tough to nail down what her character is. I don't know if they've really given us that much in the games.
So,
you know, like,
without spoilers in this movie, I don't want to say it's not like they give her a whole new character, but they certainly expand upon what the Galaxy and Galaxy 2 offered in terms of story. There's stuff in Galaxy 1 and 2 that makes you think like, oh, is this what's going on here? And in the movie, they very definitively say this is what's happening. I won't spoil that, but I'm fine with what they did in the movie. I'm not like a Mario purist where I was like, no, they're ruining the sanctity of Mario. It's fine. Like what they did in the movie, I was honestly like, I'd like them to explore that in the game. That'd be fun. So she's good. I'm leaving the one for last because I was so impressed. But what's his face as Wart is whatever. You know, I just like seeing Wart.
who is what's his face?
Yeah, Luis Guzman.
Oh, okay,
Isn't he?
nice.
He's fine. You know, whatever. I will say this: Wart. He's not like a big chunk of the movie, but he did get more time than I thought he would get, so that was good. Hey, Darmani, good to see you. But as one of the world's foremost Bowser Jr. haters, and I don't know if that's true for the world, but I can tell you I've never liked Bowser Jr. Benny Safdie, I thought did I'm gonna say excellent job as Bowser Jr. I really liked his performance as Bowser Jr. Like everything he said through his delivery and everything, I was like, this is really good. Like, I honestly really liked it. And that's coming from someone, again, who's starting of a place of, I don't like Bowser Jr. and I want the Koopa Kids. Get Bowser Jr. out of there. I don't care about him at all. I liked him in the movie. And as Mom Brain said, like, they don't really explore story too much, which is a shame because there are times in the movie where you get little bits of story and I'm like, okay, there's something here. Let's be like a movie and explore these things. Like Bowser Jr. and
That's
Bowser's
what the movie's like
relationship.
The games are about the characters.
In the movie,
could tell the story.
Bowser Jr. is doing his best, or Bowser Jr. is out to save his dad. And you see that Bowser Jr. was very influenced by Bowser, and there's a father-son relationship there. And I liked what they showed, but they never do more than barely scratch the surface. And I want to see more of that. You have a Bowser story of him, like, kind of like actually coming to be somewhat friends with Mario and Luigi, which he does in the games in certain points. And I wanted that explored more. There's the relationship between Mario and Peach, which at times is hinted at and explored a very, very, very tiny bit. And I'm like, yes, let's do more of that. Like all the things that they put there, it's like a 0.01 out of 10 of exploration. And you're like, yeah, let's trust the audience a little bit that they can have more than like a minute scene where things slow down and like there's some characters explored here. there's this again, I won't go into spoilers, but Rosalina and Peach, there's a story there where I'm like, yes, you have threads here that would be very interesting no matter what you would do with them, to lean into them a little bit more. But the movie never does that, and you're like, do it, like, trust your audience a bit, go
Right.
for it.
Because if you care about the characters, then you're going to care about the action scenes more, because you want them to get through it. You know,
Mhm.
it
Yeah,
it pays off more.
but that's the thing. It's kind of odd. And I guess a lot of this has to do with my love of Nintendo in general, because you see these little tiny things that you never get from the Mario.
Don't get
You know,
too
like
cocky.
Mario and Peach in the games never explore the relationships, because the games aren't about story. They're about playing the game and having fun. But you do see, you know, like Peach kiss Mario on the cheek in some games,
Oh,
and like
my
hug him and stuff
goodness.
like that. And you know, as a player, you're always like, what's
little
going on
hard.
here?
Yeah, I'm hurt.
George, was that you?
Don't
So
get too cocky.
I'm in the movie, you get some tender moments between the two of them, and I was like, I really like this. Like, these little tiny glimpses where these things are, I don't even want to say explored, but like are shown on screen. I'm like, yeah, I give me more of that. Like, you don't have to tell me, and they're in love and they're gonna get married. Just give me the more of the will they, won't they, or whatever thing. Because what's there, again, as a player, you like seeing that stuff because you're like, oh, that's a little bit more than what we get in the games, and I want to see, like, give me more of that. Rub is the wrong word to say, but give me more of that relationship stuff. So yeah, the movie never explores any of that to any meaningful degree, but I thought it was still nice to see those little bits, but overall it makes you just want to see more of it, and they're not going to do more of it. I can't imagine they're going to do more of it. That's right. Darmani says, here's a spoiler alert. Bowser kisses Mario first. This is actually true in the movie. 100. I mean, it's true in the games that Mario or Bowser kisses Mario, but
I thought it was Sonic that kissed Mario first.
now that's a movie. That's a movie. So much story told in that little animation. Feel free to drop that one into Discord if you know what we're talking about. So yeah, it doesn't really explore any of that. The movie goes by very quickly because it is literally nonstop, and the movie just is like a plot of
Was
the
it
game.
90 minutes or was it 2 hours?
Little over 90 minutes, barely over 90 minutes, like 93. But it is like blistering pace. There's never a story beat that you're going to be like, come on already, because nothing is come on already. The whole movie is just like, we're going the whole time. Like,
And there's like reference after reference, and you're just like,
it is. So I will give them credit, much like the first movie, it is filled to the brim with references, but they don't linger on the references. So it's not like a scene of a reference and a scene of a reference and a scene of a reference. That is true. There's references all over the place, but like, what you're focused on is not the references. So it's not like, hey, remember Fire Flowers? Hey, remember? There are times when the movie does a little bit of that, but mostly you're like, here's a scene where Mario and Luigi are walking somewhere, and everything around them is a reference to every single Mario game ever. And you're like, there's so much here. But every once in a while, it'll be like, there's like there's a scene in a casino, which is what War runs, and like you'll see them hit like the casino blocks that are from Super Mario 3D World, and you'll hear some of the music from Super Mario Brothers 2, and those are lingered on a little bit, and then they continue on. So it's not like, I don't want to say that the movie isn't like Super Mario Galaxy movie, the reference movie, because there are references all over the place, but the movie isn't just reference. That stuff is in it because it's a Mario movie, but there's other things going on. But again, it's nothing deep at all by any means. But I will say, and I made a purposeful point to pay attention to myself and my own feelings in the movie to separate them from Star Fox. I did like this movie better than the first movie by a very little bit. I said, I don't remember. You could go back in the podcast and listen to it. I feel like I probably would have given the first movie a 4 or a 5. I give this movie a 5.5 or a 6, and that's taking all the Star Fox stuff out. I promise you. This movie to me felt like more of what the first movie should have been, because it's not like we're in Brooklyn and we get sucked away into the Mushroom Kingdom and all that stuff. This is like, Bowser and Bowser Jr. and Mario and Luigi are fighting them, and they got to save the princess, and like that's the movie. I'm like, this should have been like more the first movie because you get a lot of like traditional Mario stuff, and the first movie is like we're plumbers and we're fixing pipes and we're in Brooklyn, and I'm like, take all that out. Like I don't care. But like in the beginning of the movie. The first like 10 minutes, I was like, oh, this is going to be really bad. Because it's like Mario and Luigi riding motorcycles in the desert. I get it, Mario Kart and all that.
Awesome.
And they take the, they're in whatever
I guess the Mario Kart aspect makes sense.
They're in whatever it is. Toast Arena
dry desert.
From Odyssey. So that's thrown in. The upside down pyramid from that game is thrown in there, and those, awesome Mexican influenced skull guys are in it. That's all cool and everything. But in the movie, like the movie starts off with them. It starts off with Rosalina and Lumas, and they get told the story, which was great. I'm fine. No problem there. But then we go to Mario and Luigi, and they're like driving through the desert, and those guys from Toast Arena are like, something scary's in the pyramid, and they go in and find out that's Yoshi. That's not a spoiler. That's in the trailers. But that whole thing, I was like, because my biggest problem with these movies is Mario and Luigi. They suck, in my opinion. Like Mario and Luigi are nothing like they should be. Luigi's fine. I shouldn't brag on Luigi. Mostly fine. He's a scaredy cat. He's a little bit of a wiener. That's fine. Mario, I don't know who Mario is because Mario in these movies is like a jerk.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And he says like mean things to Bowser.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is not Mario.
He's supposed to be like the hero. He's supposed to be he should be the greatest character in the movie. Like he should have the funniest lines. He should be the most like hero like.
Yes, that's what it is. I don't
noble and all that stuff.
I don't even care if he's funny or not. He doesn't have to be funny, but he should be unabashedly 100% pure heroic. As boring as you might think that should be, he's the Superman of this story. He should be Superman here. He should be always doing the right thing, never being mean to anybody, always helping everybody out. Like, that's Mario's character. That's who he should be. I don't want a Mario that tells Bowser, like, he hates him. And I don't want a Mario...
He's, like, jealous because...
Yeah.
Somebody's looking at Peach. Like, there's a few times where it's like, you see him being this, like... I'm gonna this like bravado because somebody's like talking to Peach, and it's weird.
Wrong. There's spoiler alert. There's a point in the movie where Mario flat out stomps on Bowser, like literally stomps on him, and I'm like Bowser is trying to get Mario angry to make something happen. I won't say why, but he succeeds, and Mario like stomps on him, and I'm like,
Mario does stomp on him.
Yeah, I mean in the games he jumps on it, but this is like
curb stomp. Like.
We're seeing Mario like get angry and like frustrated. Like in the Mario games, you see Mario like be like when he's looking at Bowser because Bowser's doing something bad, and then they fight each other. But in this game or in this movie, it's different. Like you're like. In the games, it's so clear cut. Like Bowser is the bad guy, Mario is the good guy, and in these movies, it's like Bowser, he's coming around a little bit, but Mario, he's kind of a jerk here. Like you'll have to see the movie.
I think, I mean, we obviously this isn't a unique opinion, but I think Chris Pratt was miscast, and nothing like not trying to throw shade at him or anything, but like. He's got that kind of like Star-Lord quality where he's like a little makes wisecracks, and he's good at that, and that's not Mario's character. So like who would we would need somebody like kind of different from Mario.
I'm not saying there's not room to explore Mario's character, but I want the parts of Mario's personality already to be what is explored, like just like with Superman, again, very heroic, very clear cut, but he has his moral dilemmas and all that stuff. But more or less, he doesn't become like a guy where you're like, I don't like the way he's acting here. I'm sure in some comics he's like that, and some explore that. But like, you look at Superman, it's like the bastion of what's good and heroic and nice and friendly and helpful. And there's things to explore with Mario where you explore those elements as well. But Mario just kind of comes off like a grumpy guy from Brooklyn some of the time, but he is heroic, and he does save the princess and help her out. So like, it's not like Mario is 100% not Mario in the movie. He has his Mario elements. There's just a whole side to Mario where I'm like, that's not Mario to me.
Yeah.
but whatever.
I'm seeing like Paul Rudd or somebody,
I would love that. That'd be great. What else? Oh, the movie. Okay, so here's what I would say is 100% an upgrade from the first movie. There is very little in the way of licensed music. There is licensed music.
Oh yeah, that was a complaint I had with the first one. That was
They must have listened
they did like
because
the No Sleep Till Brooklyn or
there's
something.
like maybe 2 licensed songs in this. I don't know. I'd have to listen again. And they're like barely a part of stuff, and one of them has almost all the lyrics removed too. So that was
Why bother?
that was a huge relief because those scenes just take me out of the movie completely.
I remember we talked about that because we love the Beastie Boys, and like,
yes,
I couldn't believe they put that song in there, and I was like, what is happening now?
So at most the licensed music adds up to maybe a minute in the film. It was not egregious at all, which is fantastic, and that services the soundtrack in general because we get so much more Mario music in this movie.
Well, that was one of the complaints about the first movie. It was like, you have years and years of some of the greatest, most recognizable tunes ever through these games, and you're putting in No Sleep Till Brooklyn and whatever the other song. If there was like an Aerosmith song, I don't even remember.
Well, this movie goes very hard on the Mario music, which is great to see. You get songs that are mostly transcribed as they are in the games. You get songs where you hear little elements from this Mario game and that Mario game and this Mario song and that Mario song, and they're woven into songs all together. And it's the same composer from the first movie who did the original score. He did a fantastic job here. I'd have to watch the first movie again, which, spoiler alert, I will not, but I think from my memory, there's way, way more Mario music references in this movie. Like, it was staggering. There's like 3 little notes from songs over here, and then, like whole themes from this song over here, and then a little section from this game. I was like blown away. I was like, I felt like such a snob in the theater because I'm like, these people don't even know what they're hearing right now. Because like, there's like there'll be like and we're talking about like Mario music from throughout Mario's 40 years of history. So there'll be like a little like, and then it goes into something else, and I'm like, that's from this, and then like a little, just like little tiny stings where I'm like, that's from that game, that's from this, and I'm not there to see Mario the reference movie, but from a musical standpoint, I do like those little flourishes that are in there because unless you are that big of a fan, you're just going to hear nice music, and that's still great. But if you are a big fan that knows that stuff, or like you're an idiot savant with me and all the music stuff, I really appreciate that stuff because they do thematically use it in the movie where it makes sense too. It's not just like, here's this song and now that's from Mario. It's like, yes, because Mario's doing this thing or Bowser's doing this thing, and it makes sense for when you're using it. So I forget, his first name is Brian. I don't remember what else it is, or his full name. I apologize, but he did an amazing job. So the music really is top notch, like so good. And I said to Mom Brain as we were driving home, I was like, I kind of want to see the movie again just to like make a tick mark for each time there's a reference, just to see how many times I come up with by the end of it. Because it's loaded. Brian Tyler, thank you, Radical Defect, and good to see you, Master Koi. Master Koi, I did talk about War, and no, I didn't talk about Fox yet because I'm saving the best for last. Trying to think if there's anything else I could talk about. There's 2 post-credit teasers. I won't say either of them, but just for a teaser's purpose is to tease what's to come. And I will say the teasers in the first movie fell a little flat for me. The teasers in the second movie, chef's kiss. Like, I'm like, son of a bitch, now I know I'm going to the next movie because these things happen. And again, there's one that's after the cast credits, which is like Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Pratt. You get like those credits, and then a scene happens, and then you get the poor jamokes that actually break their backs making the movie, and that goes on and on and on. And then you get another teaser. So stay in your seats for that. Malik Halo, spoiler alert, Samuel Jackson shows up. Is that true? Go see the movie.
That'd be great.
So I will say the first teaser obviously, well, I don't want to say it. The first teaser made me very excited. The second teaser surprised me, and I feel kind of dumb for not knowing what was going to happen, because something happens and I was like, who's this? And I feel so dumb for not knowing who it was because I'm a Nintendo fan, but it was fun to see. So I think I've covered everything. It's very easy to go through the movie in your head because it's like very
boom, 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 boom.
So yeah, I saved the best for last for me, in my opinion. Fox. If you just give me the Fox parts of the movie, it's a 10 out of 10 movie. I could not be any more happy with everything Fox. It was perfect. I literally have no notes, and I would, because I'm a Mario fan and I have plenty of notes. Fox was perfection, handled perfectly. I really don't have a bad thing to say. What's the guy's name?
Glen Powell.
Glen Powell. Perfect, phenomenal. Like we've already, since we've learned in interviews this week, he's apparently a big Star Fox fan. And man, he did such a good job. And the way Fox was portrayed was amazing. And here's a spoiler alert, not story spoiler, but when you get introduced to Fox, they give a very quick, like, I don't know, was it 15-20 second for the audience, 15-20 second animation to show you who Fox is and what he's done. And they animate it in a completely different style from the movie. And it's so cool. It's like, I think it was done. I need to see it again, but it's meant to look hand drawn, but I think it was done by computers, but I think it was hand drawn.
It's all computers.
And so it looks much more like traditional 2D animation. And it's so good. And I love that they were like, I love that they introduced, when you see Fox, he looks like everybody else in the Mario movie. He's computer generated CG. But when they go through his backstory, they give you this 2D animation. And I was like, this is so good. It was so well done. And I'm having a lot of trouble getting not choked up talking about it. When you see Fox's R-Wing, I guess this is a story spoiler. I won't tell you why, but Peach needs a ship to get somewhere and nobody will take her anywhere. And they're at this place where all these spaceships are. And you see like the R-Wing in the background. And I was like, oh, like Fox is in the background tinkering on the R-Wing. And I was like, ah, because basically the whole movie, I'm like, where is Fox? It's all I'm waiting for. So then like Fox, before he even introduces himself, I don't remember what he says, but the gist of it is he's like, I can get you where you need to go. And like, he turns around and then like he introduces himself. You get the little backstory where they show everybody. They show Peppy and they show Falco and they show Slippy and they show you everything that they do. And I was like, oh God, this is amazing. And they're playing like, you get like a little 10-second Star Fox music jingle, and I was like, oh, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life. I was so happy. And I was explaining to Mom Brain, because we were talking about it on the way home. So I'm like a goddamn animal in the zoo. I knew this whole time that Nikki Hill and Mom Brain are going to be watching me like a hawk to see when the Star Fox stuff happens, because they know I'm going to lose my shovel.
It was a good one. It was a real good one.
And I cannot tell you, like, it was harder than I've teared up in a while. Like, it was happening, and I was like, in my brain, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. And I'll explain more why I felt so strongly about it. But like, I was like bawling, take my glasses off, wipe my eyes, like literally shaking from excitement that this was happening. I could not get over it. And I'm getting emotional. I'm really trying very hard right now to not lose it, because it's right there. But I could not believe it. And Fox was like the coolest. I can't do it. I'm going to lose it. He was exactly what someone of a fan of Star Fox wants. He was like, so everybody, they were really playing it up in the movie where everybody in the movie is like, he's so cool. And I'm like, he is so cool. Like Toad is like, he's so cool. Mario's like, I like this guy. I don't remember what Peach said, but everybody's on board. There's no like, I don't know about the Star Fox. Everybody is like, this guy is really awesome. It was so good. And I think they I don't know if it's the same people that wrote Fox's. I feel like Fox's everything was done by a different team. Like they were like, okay, these guys on the team know Fox. Let's let them do the Star Fox stuff. Because he's like, I don't want to say edgy, but he's got like a little bit of an edge, cool, where he's got like, he's got like a little
Cool older brother vibe.
tiny sliver of like he knows he's cool, but he doesn't play it up a lot. Whereas Falco is like, I'm the shovel, I'm the best, and he just is out there with it. But Fox is just like he knows. I don't want to say he knows he's cool, but he knows he's like capable. He's confident, yeah. But he's not overconfident, and they never ever cross that line in the movie. It's just confidently cool, I guess. But like the way they animate him, the way he moves, his facial expressions, just like when he hops in the R-Wing and the way he flies around. I can't believe this is happening to me. Like it was perfect. It was so perfect. And there's one point in the movie when I guess I won't say because it spoils stuff. He pilots another ship with everybody else on it. And I was like, he's going to get to fly this thing? And it's like an action scene. And they played more Star Fox music, but they mixed it in with Galaxy music. And I was like, this is incredible. The way they took like a Star Fox song and it transitioned into a Galaxy song. But then they also played another Galaxy song with a drum beat from a Star Fox song underneath it. And I was like, this is so good. Like this was done so well. So of course, what I did right when I got home, I already posted that the Galaxy movie soundtrack was available to stream, but I purposefully didn't listen to it because I'm like, I already know Fox is in it. I'm not going to spoil the music for myself. So I went and listened to it again, and every single time I teared up every time. And you would think it would deaden, but each time I listened to it, I got more emotional. I listened to it today like 4 more times. It's amazing. It's like the whole suite of music from when they're flying this ship to go to fight Bowser and a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh, it's so good. And like the comments on YouTube are popping up, and when you watch stuff on your phone, I don't know how it works on desktop, but when you watch stuff on your phone, it hand selects certain comments, and the comments are coming up, and people like the comments I saw that were highlighted were like, they're really making us want to go see a Star Fox movie, aren't they? And it's like, yes, people, they are. This is great. So yeah, I don't remember what the name of the song is, Drake, but it starts with Assault. So go to the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack and look for the one that says Assault. It's like halfway through the soundtrack. That's the suite that has most of the Star Fox music. So yeah, it was great. It was everything I could possibly want as a Star Fox. I feel like from like when I was, I don't want to say a little kid, but a kid to now, when I picture Fox in my mind and why I like it so much and why it means so much to me, that's the version of Fox I got to see on the screen. So maybe it made it that much better because with Mario, I'm like, this is not Mario. But with Fox, it's like unabashedly 100% Fox. And again, I don't know who was in charge of it, but they very clearly understood what makes Fox, in my opinion, so alluring and cool. And like, you know what they did a really good job of playing up the excitement that I get from a Star Fox game, where you like really feel the action and excitement of it all. I don't know. It was just, it was so perfect. I can't express how great it was. And I will talk more about it in a few weeks once more people have seen it, because there's some more spoiler stuff I want to see. I'm looking at this soundtrack. Assault on Planet Bowser. That is the song, Stillbird. Thank you. So yeah, oh my God, it was so good. So Mom Brain and I were talking about it on the way home, and she was like, oh, so yeah, so her and Nikki Hill are in the theater, and like I'm not gonna hold back my emotion because people are watching me. Whatever. You want to watch the freak do his dance, go ahead. But I know they're both watching me, and I was like, I'm gonna lose it. And like from the second he was on screen to the second we weren't seeing him, I was crying and shaking, and like another scene comes up and I'm like, oh, I didn't want to like take my glasses off to miss any of the Fox stuff. So when it went back to just like Mario and Luigi doing some dumb stuff, I was like, oh, thank God. And, like took my glasses off and like wiped away my tears and everything. It was so good. But on the way home, Mom Brain was like, that Star Fox stuff really got you, like needling me, but lovingly. And she's like, what is it? The nostalgia? And I was like, no, nostalgia has nothing to do with it for me. It is someone who, for their entire life, has been a massive Star Fox fan and absolutely loves the franchise and everything about it. And as a Nintendo fan, it is so painful because it is, I'd have to look up sales numbers, but easily one of the lowest tier franchises in terms of sales for Nintendo. I think by this point, Pikmin easily outsells Star Fox. Again, I'd have to look at numbers, but and the last time we got a Star Fox game was 10 years ago. We don't get Star Fox games very often. They don't really sell well at all, and it pains me because I'm such a huge Star Fox fan. So, hey, Jovial, good to see you. So to see Fox appear in what will be one of the biggest movies of the year, easily, and also have him introduced to those millions and millions and millions of people around the world. Like, to see the franchise get its time in the spotlight like that is, I couldn't ask for anything more. It's crazy. I would have never believed somebody who was like, guess what? Fox is going to be in the next Mario movie and he's going to be a main character. I'd be like, what? It's insane. Why? Like, it'd be like one of your rumors because they're never true. I wouldn't believe it at all. So I just seeing it like,
they're not true.
Put front, they've never been. Put
Cool.
it would be nice. Put front and center like that. Just, it's such like, it's unbelievable to me. I cannot get over like that actually happened. And the way Miyamoto and the Illumination people, whatever, Chris, whatever his name is, the CEO at Illumination, made it sound like it wasn't ever Miyamoto having a mandate of like, I want this in there, I want that in there. They both said it was the team at Illumination, which has a lot of Nintendo fans, going and saying like, we would really like to put this character in, and Miyamoto would have the stamp of approval and say like, okay, yes, you can do that. And Miyamoto said Illumination was like, we want to put Star Fox in the movie. And Miyamoto was like, I really love that idea. But Miyamoto said he dreaded going to talk to the other people at Nintendo to try and get the approval, because he's going to be like, hey, they're doing the next Mario movie, but they want to put Star Fox in it. And it's like, how do you explain that to all the other people at Nintendo? But he did, and it worked out. So it was not a case like Miyamoto very clearly this week was like, it is my mission to put Pikmin in everything. I don't care what it is. Pikmin are going in it. That's what he said it's his mission. But when it comes to Star Fox, it was not his mission. But I know he really cares about Star Fox. So it's amazing. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So Mario movie, the Galaxy movie, Star Fox, 10 out of 10. 10 plus out of 10. The rest of the movie, 5.5, 6 at best. But if I were to grade the movie based on everything with Star Fox in it, I'd give it like an 8 because it moves the needle so much higher for me. But I know that's not the right thing to do. So, man, the Star Fox stuff was so good. I don't know what else to say about it. It's
any
amazing.
Prince Tricky sightings?
No, but I guarantee there's tons of stuff I missed in the movie. So I will say that I'm pretty sure I saw representation for another character in the movie very quickly and very slyly. I'd need to see the movie again, but I'm almost positive I saw it, and where it happened would make a lot of sense for this character. So I'll say that, but I need to see it again.
Samus.
I'm not saying anything. So
space.
I mean, they go all over the place in this movie. Like, there's tons of stuff. But yeah, like I said, the best thing I can say is I liked it better than the first movie. So there's that. And that's our thoughts on the Mario movie. The teasers have me interested in where things. That's what it was right there, Ross. That's the spoiler right there. Yeah, I mean, like every Mario enemy under the sun is in this movie. You name them, and they're in here.
Wow.
Monty Mole and Pokey and Shy Guys and Ninjas and Ukikis and the Bats, whatever they're called. I don't remember. Like they're everybody's there.
Wow.
Everybody's there. Whether they're wandering, the Wood People from Galaxy and
Wow.
Isle Delfino people are there, and like everybody's there. Everybody's there wandering around. They're either wandering around or
The bees.
the bees are in it. Multiple bees are in it. Yeah. They're all there. The bugs from Galaxy, the big metal bugs with the pincer things that you
wow.
butt stomp, they're in it.
What about those weird like those walking duck heads that like shoot you up in the air with their bill?
I'm pretty sure I saw them. Yes, I
Nice.
know exactly who you're talking about. They're basically spheres with duck bills. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in the back of one of the scenes.
Any
yeah.
Delfino Plaza people? What are they called?
Well, yeah, I said that. Yeah,
the
they all-
penis
Oh yeah,
Pinas?
they're you see them multiple times. Yeah, they're wandering around like basically
and the little shell people too
the little shell people
from Galaxy from Sunshine.
I don't know that I saw them. I don't remember. I'm not saying they're in it, but I don't remember seeing them. But again, like there's scenes where they're basically in like an airport basically. So there's like tons of people wandering
Professor
around.
Egad, any Egad?
Did not see any Egad. Did not see any Egad at all. No Yabo Yabo, no Hey Hey. Maybe next time. Maybe for that Luigi's Mansion spinoff. Yeah, this guy's in it right here, Roth. The coin guy's in it multiple times, actually. You see him wandering around a lot.
Oh, that guy's great.
He's in a few scenes. He got his time in the spotlight. So yeah, go any peepos. My Mario knowledge is failing me right here. I gotta look up what a peepo is.
I don't know what a
Peepo.
is.
Peebo?
Wow. Peepo is bringing up Pepe. Peepo Mario?
Mario.
Peepa? Oh, the ghosts? Oh, yes, there is one of the. I'm almost positive one of those ghosts in the game. There's or the movie. There's regular Booze, but I'm pretty sure a Peepa is in it. Yeah.
Peepa?
There's the song, Drake. I can't play it. Get too emotional. So there you go. Go see the Mario movie. It's whatever. Audience seems to be enjoying it a great deal, but
That's good.
who knows? That could just be people rushing the Rotten Tomatoes score because their butt hurt. Let's see where it's at now. The first Mario movie audience was at 95%. Audience for this one is at 90%. So again, very good. Critic score for the first movie was 49% or 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. This one's 41. So the audience or the critics definitely dislike this one more, which is funny because I like this one more
Big Star Fox fans.
outside of Fox fans. You know, I listen, I really don't care what they say about the Mario movie. I could give two shovels. I like the games. When they complain about games, then I got, something to say. But the movie, I say whatever you want. I will say this. Any of the critics that negatively talked about the Mario movie only said positive things about Fox. So I said Kotaku had an article that was like, I'm not a furry, but now seeing Fox in the Mario movie, all I'm saying is I get it. And I was like, see, people, this was Fox is great in the movie. He's fantastic. Fox, you know what it is? Fox is written like a character.
Yeah.
Fox has a personality and is a character. Bless you.
Where am I?
So there you go. That's enough about the Mario movie. What is this? Some sort of Nintendo podcast? Oh my God, we're not done because thank God I said this. I asked you guys what you thought of the Mario movie. What a monster I would have been if I didn't read your comments. I told you I would, so here we go. This is on Patreon, by the way. Mom Rain, you know you could join the Patreon?
Yes, I did.
For $1.
$1. Here's what you guys had to say.
Ooh, Tentavision. That's a great picture.
Backseat Studio says, haven't seen it yet, but very curious about your impressions. Also, I don't care in the least about spoilers. Go nuts. Well, I hope you enjoyed what I said. The Plant Rocker says, I'm glad the main spoiler wasn't spoiled for me because I see it everywhere online, but somehow I missed it. It was all right. It felt a little slow going, and at first, I liked the attempt to add more story and character building. Some things could be explored more, like Bowser liking the Mario Brothers now. Again, you see that in the games. That happens from time to time, especially in the RPGs. I also don't know what all this had to do with Galaxy. I mean, yeah, it's in space and Rosaline is there. That's about the extent of it. But the second half I enjoyed, even though I felt kind of bored in the first half. I'd like to see it again and see if it grows on me. I like the first one a lot. I think for some of the references and the music is probably enough. I think for some, all the references and music is probably enough. I don't know that all felt a little hollow for me, but maybe because I was expecting to see more Galaxy Space World for most of it. And we kind of saw a little more generic Space World. So all the other references didn't quite fit for me. I don't know. I should watch again and see how I feel. Did they use this as a form of world building to bring in other characters and that's why it's different? That would be really interesting to me. I don't know. Guybone says, I like the movie quite a lot and a bit more than the first one, actually. The music and score was so good and showcased well. Curious where the third movie goes. I really do think the music is the high point of the movie. Jake Tricks says, that character they spoiled a week before the movie would have been an amazing surprise. I said that the mom brain. Yes, I always agree with that. I understand why they did it, but I always agree with it. But if I didn't know that somehow, even working for GoNintendo, that managed to avoid me, and I went to the theater and I saw that without knowing, I think I might have died. I really think I might have died. I would have
That is, in fact, why they spoiled it a week ahead.
I was having enough trouble not making noise as it was. I would have screamed. I legit would have screamed. At the end, I can't say that. There is a point in the movie where Fox is doing something, and I smacked the table in front of me a whole bunch of times. I could not help it. If I didn't know he was going to... Spoiler alert. Somebody says that in the movie, because of course they do. But, so, yeah.
Was Uncle Andros in it?
Spoiler alert, he is not. Did they mention him in the story bit? I don't think they do.
I don't think so.
I need to see it again, but no mention of Uncle Andros. No mention of the Emperor and him being failed by his nephew.
Did anybody say I can't lose or
no? You only get barrel roll, but there are mentions of other Star Fox things. Like they say R-Wing, they say what Star Fox is about. They say all the stuff I want. Justin says, it was all right, but I was still pretty disappointed. I really enjoyed the first movie. It wasn't high art or anything, but I think it really succeeded at being a fun and simple film that gave most of what I wanted out of a Mario movie. But the new movie carried the burden of adapting my favorite ever Mario game, and in my opinion, the best story in a mainline Mario game. And unfortunately, they fell really short in this regard. The way they handled Rosalina was the biggest travesty, in my opinion. She's one of my favorite Mario characters, and it's notable for being one of the few with an actual backstory, and they discarded it in favor of an entirely different one that is vastly inferior, in my opinion, and way less moving. Plus, while I loved her introductory sequence in the film, I was devastated that she spent most of the entire remainder of it kidnapped in a glass bubble, a real waste of a character, in my opinion. As I said, yeah, she's mostly a plot device. Bowser Jr. ended up being an unexpected highlight, though. He felt legitimately threatening, and I enjoyed his dynamic with his father. Fox was neat, too. I was skeptical about how they would handle him, but he ended up being pretty fun and not feeling too out of place. And if this is part of a greater resurgence of Star Fox brand, I'm all for it. Overall, though, I just felt like they were trying to do too much in one film, and it felt like their thought process was centered around creating a bunch of set piece moments full of references rather than focusing on actually doing anything interesting with most of the characters, and nothing that felt nearly as climactic, grand, impactful, or emotional as the game it's supposedly based on. I enjoyed the time I spent watching the movie and saw it a fun time overall, but I couldn't help but feel let down by the movie falling short of what a Super Mario Galaxy movie could have been. This might be the first time I've ever been jealous of Sonic fans. Yeah, I never looked at it before I even saw it. I never even looked at it or thought of it as being an adaptation of the story in Galaxy. I just looked at it as it's going to take pieces of Galaxy. I never expected the story to be actually adapted. I don't know why, but I guess maybe that came from the first movie where I was just okay, expectations are at the bottom. I shouldn't go into this expecting that's not how the story was in the game. I don't know. So maybe that's just me, but I don't know. But I understand your statement and I feel your sentiment, Justin. Rubber Bear says, I enjoyed it more than the first one. And the fact that they used a lot less licensed music was great. I'm a sucker for cute. So anything involving Lumas has got me. I like that they kept the Luma sound effect too. I love that.
Love the Lumas.
It was a roller coaster that has a few good ideas that couldn't breathe because they needed to get to the next set piece before our addled brains could wander. Like the first one, it was safe. I knew they wouldn't risk the something as crazy as the climax of the game. It's also a shame that they didn't adapt Rosalina's backstory from the game, but there's no time for melancholy in these movies, it seems. I'm glad it is a success at the box office, but it unfortunately means there's no incentive to reach for something more and take risks with the next one. I did download and complete the game again within a day of seeing the movie, so well done, Nintendo. Now to play Galaxy 2. Figley says, I like this movie a bit more than the first. It still lands in just an okay movie for me. I think that what would have elevated it from okay to good is if it had another 30 minutes to expand on the plot and the characters. Yes, it's a great point. More plot, more character, or more plot for the characters. I think some of the character dynamics were interesting, but they didn't really amount to much. Yes, I agree. The movie needed to slow down to give it some time to breathe. Yes, I agree. The animation and music, though, were amazing. There's a scene where Bowser and Junior, spoiler, bedtime story, that had some mind-blowing animations. I did like that part.
Yeah, I agree.
So overall, an okay movie. And here's to the third movie, focusing more on the plot. Yes, Illumination. Trust your audience. We can deal with 20 minutes of plot interspersed. We can do it. We can do it. I promise. All the kids can do it too. Granimus, I'm going to respond before I read your take. Puppeteering, excellent. 2D animated flying ships was super effing cool. Give me a game in that style. I had a blast and was only medium high in the theater. I got Taco Bell after. We got Taco Bell after.
You did?
We got those. Oh, I tried those new empanadas. That salted caramel empanada, pretty good.
Interesting.
Martin Stuff says,
And you got a dirty Pepsi.
I did. That was also very good. Martin Stuff says, I have a feeling this is going to be a lengthy comment from me, so apologies in advance. To put it simply, I went into the cinema feeling a bit downbeat and tired, and when I got out, I had a smile on my face, so that's my initial impression. Honestly, I just really enjoyed for what it was, a fun, enjoyable popcorn movie. Obviously, the plot wasn't deep, and I would have liked more screen time for Rosalina. But when there's a number of plot points, there's only so much you can do within a 90-minute feature without your target audience getting antsy. Usually movies get a wry smile from me, but for this movie, I literally got a good laugh at points. I smiled at Easter eggs and the little intricate details and nods in Nintendo. I even thought to myself, oh, RMC is totally going to tear up at this bit, specifically the Star Fox flashback and the wart scene and Luigi's art. The wart scene I didn't tear up at, but I really liked it. What is Luigi's art?
I mean, Bowser made some art that I liked.
What is Luigi's art? Blanking on me.
Yeah.
I do sort of lament some of the negativity I've seen through
Luigi's arc, could it be? Does he have an arc?
Not really.
Never mind.
Nobody
Sorry.
really has an arc in the movie. Lament some of the negativity I've seen, though, to the point I feel guilty for liking them. The Galaxy movie has, at the time of writing, gotten mixed reviews. That tells me it's not a bad movie, just a movie that serves as a specific audience, kids and core Nintendo fans. I don't know. Maybe it's because movies are usually a once-in-a-year treat for myself. I feel that way, but sometimes that negativity can be overwhelming at times, my friend. I feel your negativity and overwhelmingness. I get it. I feel it all the time. My main takeaways were, it was a fun movie, even as time has passed. I'm still thinking about it. Despite what The Guardian says, the movie isn't worse than AI. Yes, I read that. That's one review that I wholeheartedly disagree with. Shove that review up your warp pipe. I agree with that. I think I really want a Star Fox movie to happen. Me too, my friend. Anyway, I do hope you and Pod Crew enjoyed the movie as much as I did. Yeah, that Guardian review is garbage. Yes. Thank you. That's a great reminder and a great spoiler. Yes, I won't say that. Radical Defect has reminded me about the Mario art thing. Yes, at that point, there is, I won't even say anything. We'll just refer to it as Luigi's art. Yes, there is a moment with Luigi's art that is a reference that is smart, surprising, and well done. At that point, I was like, yes, this is a great reference. I loved it. That was fantastic. You are right. Referring to it as Luigi's art should have clicked for me. It didn't. I get it now. Yes, that is that high point in the movie. Also, Mom Brain will attest to this. There's a point in the movie where there's a joke. One of the two jokes I legitimately laughed at in the movie. And I leaned over to these two, Mom Brain and Nikki Hill, and I said, Dew Michaels is going to really love this joke. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, great.
But it was a joke that was very smart. It was related to the character that did the joke. And I was like, yes, great reference. Because it's not just like, here's a reference. It's like, this is for people who know, and it's funny. But my only problem with the joke is I think they went to the well with it too many times. They did it 3 times. 2 times would have been perfect.
Okay.
But whatever. John says, I thought it was really fun. The stories in these movies are about as basic as it gets, but I just don't think the story is really the point. Anyway, well, it's not the point of the games. Instead, it's all about the visuals, the sounds, and just the experience. The movie is a series of super fun experiences strung together in a fun and exciting way that pays tribute to Mario games and Nintendo. On that level, I think it's extremely successful, but I guess it depends on if viewers are willing to accept that premise for a movie. It's not unlike the conversation around stories in games to me. Some friends of mine will play a game with incredible gameplay and then conclude it sucks because the story. But sometimes playing a game is about the experience, and the story is just a way of facilitating that. Of course, other times the story is key. But Mario has always been a series where the story wasn't important. So for me, it's okay if his movies take a similar approach. I can understand that sentiment, but when I'm going to see a movie, story is where I'm at first and foremost. But I get what you're saying. Now with games, for me, the gameplay, I don't want to say it's always first. I just take the game for what it is when it comes at me. Maybe I should take that approach with movies too. You're making me think about things here, John. This is interesting because there's story-based games that I loved and there's gameplay-based games that I love. And I'm never like, a game should have gameplay first, traditional gameplay, because I love visual novels. Man, you're blowing my mind here, buddy. Thank you, John. Slider says, I like the fun roller coaster ride. I didn't mind that it had very little plot. It works for this franchise. Great visuals, great music. Stunned they didn't cram licensed songs into it. 7 out of 10 experience. Would watch again to try and catch even more references. Oh, I guarantee we all missed some. Jonathan says, I haven't seen enough people talking about how amazing the soundtrack is. For the first movie, I feel like Brian Tyler was held back by people too afraid to lean into the video game of it all. We had too much licensed music and not enough respect paid to Koji Kondo and friends. This one, though, he cooked. I agree. He did arrange a zillion different referential medleys that use leitmotifs from Mario games. He firmly established his own unique flourishes specific to Mario movie. I feel like the best piece of music from the first film is the credits, where Tyler really went ham to honor all of Mario because he had to carry it with while nothing but text was on screen. But for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, all the iconic musical bits and bobs were consistent throughout the entire film. I'd say that is 100% correct. One thing I didn't even catch until I bought the score on iTunes is that there are freaking Yoshi bongos present. Yes, I noticed that while I was watching because I thought that was a cool touch during parts of the film where Mario rides Yoshi. People can be critical all they want. It met expectations for me. The soundtrack is where my expectations were exceeded, though. Soundtrack is, outside of my bias towards Fox, soundtrack is the star of the show, hands down. Eric says, most of the other commenters shared my sentiments, but yes, I liked it. I had a rough day, as another commenter did, and was feeling beat down walking into the theater. But man, during the movie, I completely forgot about all that and just had fun. My kids loved it too. That's what it's all about, my friends. Leaving the theater, feeling good and with a smile on your face. Rick Fillet says, I could probably write a very lengthy post on my opinions, but I'll try to keep it brief for everyone's sake. I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. It definitely has its fair share of issues, but in my opinion, the good outweighs the bad. The plot is still paper thin, and I can definitely understand that annoying people, and I can't really defend it in that regard. I would be a liar if I didn't wish they were a little bit deeper, but oh well, it is what it is. Overall, it was a fun adventure with some cool surprises. Fox was definitely a standout, and I love seeing him in it, and I hope we see more of him, either in future Mario films or his own story. Both. Give me both. I also really liked when the film employed alternate animation styles. I went to the midnight premiere of it. I opted for the 3D showing and had the entire auditorium to myself, which was fun in its own right. But I do wish I had an audience to see how they reacted to certain things. I plan on seeing the movie again, though. I kind of wanted to see it with a bigger audience, yeah.
And we were in like a dumpy little kind of crummy theater. Like one of the screens that was like the smaller.
No, because we're not going at the times when it would be packed. Like, you know, the movie's tracking ahead of the first film box office, but we're going 8 p.m. at night on a Friday. That's not when people are going to see it. They're going during the day. They're going this weekend with their kids. Sinfield says, just came back from watching it, and I felt it was everything I could ask for and more. Love the care and attention put in, the transitions between in-game footage and action, as well as the little one-liners that had me laugh out loud. Star Fox content was fantastic, well-placed, and if I had a lump in the throat, I reckon RMC had to wipe the tears. Well, I did so much. All in all, a brilliant film. I'm sure we'll get another packed full of content from the next 3D entry. Last comment comes from David. Can't remember the last time I've smiled so much during a movie. It was a joyride from start to finish, and I personally enjoyed it even more than the first. It was dripping in nostalgic references for those of us who have played much of the games reflected in the movie, and I found it absolutely delightful to see the ways the movie chose to make new connections between previously separate characters, areas from different games, and etc. I feel like the professional critics have all gone into this movie with the complete wrong mindset, just as they did with the first, and they have once again proven themselves too rigid to understand what either movie was attempting to achieve. I do think the critics to some degree missed the mark, but in another way, I understand what they're saying. They're coming at it as a movie critic without connection to the franchise in any way, at least most of them. So I'm not saying that should... I'm not saying that paves over the problems of the movie, because that certainly has many problems, but I do think there are pieces of the experience they will just be unable to get or understand. But that goes for every movie. Every movie will connect with audiences in different ways to a certain regard. Just sometimes there's movies where everybody can mostly get most of what's going on. But yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of movies where things really resonated for me, where other people didn't get it or didn't like it. So it's the way it is. But when it comes to this, so steeped in something in particular, it's like, going to see the Demon Slayer movie. If you've never seen Demon Slayer and you're going to see the Demon Slayer movie, you're going to be like, there's things that won't make any sense to you. There's things you won't care about. There's things that won't resonate. But, yeah, but you're having fun, a lot of it, vicariously through me.
Sure.
So thank you for your comments, Patreon people. You're a lovely group of people. Holy moly. Well, I might have to do some rejiggering here.
Finally!
I haven't done Patreon.
For $1.
You can join the GoNintendo Patreon for $1.
For $1.
Mom brain. And for some reason, I forgot to make myself a note of everything I wrote. But I'm logged in this time, so I can just go back and look. And that is what I'll do. What did I write about on Patreon this week? Let's find out together. I wrote about Do You Inspired Me. Oh, not yet. Not yet. First one, I wrote about magazine subscriptions. When you were a kid, those of us who are older here, what magazine subscriptions did you have?
American Girl. There was a Disney one. Disney Adventure.
The smaller? Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted that so bad.
Ranger Rick. Highlights.
The hell's Ranger Rick?
It was animals. Highlights.
You don't know Ranger Rick, huh?
No, I know.
As I got older,
Zoo animals?
it was
Zoonimals?
17 YM. And then as I got older, it was Cosmo. I was a big magazine. My mom's a big magazine person.
What's that zoo one? Is it
Ranger Rick?
No. It says like zoo animals on it or something. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Just type in zoo magazine for kids. It'll come up. Ranger Rick ain't gonna come up. What is Ranger Rick? I've heard that term before. I didn't know it was a magazine.
Zoo books.
Zoo books. Yeah, there we go. Zoo books. I used to see commercials for that on TV, and I was like, I really don't feel any different now.
Rick.
I see the commercials.
Wildlife Foundation.
I see the commercial for zoo books, and I'm like, zoo books. Like, just go to the library and read any other book about zoo.
It's no Animorphs.
Hey, you hear that news?
No.
Animorphs. I want to say it's Ryan Coogler is doing Animorphs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Animorphs news just came out this week.
For the record,
That's funny.
Zoo Books is not the full title. It is Ranger Rick's Zoo Books.
Oh, they're related.
Oh.
Wow. Well, yeah, they took out because they know how much people care about titles of things. They were like, get that Ranger Rick name out
National
of there. Just
Wildlife
put Zoo Books.
Federation.
I actually quite like the name Ranger Rick.
Well, it's from your childhood. It doesn't count.
It's
Here you
the
go.
alliteration.
Animorphs TV series in development at Disney Plus. Ryan Coogler's Proximity Media to produce. There you go.
How about it?
A magazine subscriptions when you were a kid, do?
I didn't have many. I didn't get any till like I was a little older.
Or not even a kid, just in general. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got PlayStation Magazine when that first came out, and that was a big deal for me because I'd never had Nintendo Power, sadly. So when I was old enough to like get my own subscription, I got into PlayStation Magazine because I was like all about
Mhm.
Tekken 2 and the first PlayStation.
Big Tekken fan to this day.
And no, just the second one, believe it or not. But yeah, I remember it used to come with like the sticker for the top of the PlayStation. It was
That
like the
yellow
coolest thing.
face with the eye.
And they had like little stickers for your memory cards. God, those were the days. But so there was that, and then when I was a little bit older, I got Entertainment Weekly for a while.
Ooh.
Because I was into movies and stuff, and I was like, this is how I'm gonna get movies.
Did you have that for a while too? Because
Yeah.
some Best Buy deal.
Yep. And my mom paid for it for
Yeah.
like years.
I had a sticker on my PlayStation memory card. And it was a red memory card. Like red translucent, which was very popular at the time, translucent plastic colors. And I still have that memory card to this day. It's in my office. It has Gex on it. It's a Gex sticker.
Wow.
And I was like, this is awesome. Dana Gould on my memory card. So here's the magazines I had when I was here's the magazine subscriptions I had. Highlights, Game Players, Nickelodeon magazine, always wanted Disney Adventure or whatever it's called. Never got it.
I think I had Nickelodeon magazine for a
my
while.
parents just didn't get it.
Nickelodeon magazine.
Yeah, but I used to read it at the checkout line when I went food shopping with my mom. Like I'd run over to that and get that and read. Oh, I loved it. New Type, loved New Type. A little weeaboo like me. I guess I was a teenager at the time, but New Type magazine was incredible. Extra big size magazine, all about anime. I was like, there are anime fans out there. And then I think that died in like 2008 because magazines, but it's still going in Japan, which I found out by writing this post. I didn't know it still goes on in Japan. I'm like, I want to get a subscription to New Type. WWE magazine, we'd had that for a number of years.
Yeah.
I remember reading flipping through your New Types when I used to come over to your house because it was like a striking magazine.
It was, yeah. It was a bigger format, and I like the front was always like a big piece of one piece of art. Like I loved it. I really liked the style of that magazine. And New Type still has that same kind of cover in Japan. I found that. So just one like focus of the artwork from one series on the cover. Yeah, I'm gonna look into getting a subscription, although I'm sure it's like radically high. Game Informer magazine, which I only got because GameStop at some point was like, if you remember.
Yeah, I got that. I of course got Game Informer as well because of GameStop.
I also never had Nintendo Power. I read it at the library. We'd go to the library every month and I'd run over and read it. And if somebody was there reading the new one, I would go look through the old ones and pretend like it didn't make me mad until they would put back the new one. I'd go run over and get it. And then Playboy, we had a subscription to Playboy magazine.
And my favorite subscription you talked about from when you were a kid.
I forgot one. That's all I wrote here. Oh, highlights. I wrote highlights.
Did you talk about the one that always makes me chuckle?
This is specifically subscriptions for me. So if you're talking about that wasn't for me.
Boys Life?
I didn't have a subscription to that.
I thought you had a subscription to Boys
had
Life.
Lube and John the Savage's hand-me-down Boys Life. When they were done reading them, I would get boxes and boxes of Boys Life magazine. I used to read that and I liked it. I
just think that's so sweet. Sitting there reading my Boys Life.
Well, because it wasn't about like how to make a fire and all that stuff that I didn't care about. It was like, as I've talked about so many times on this podcast, cars that drove themselves while people played chess inside of it and read books. Like I will never forget that cover. I've talked about it so many times.
I remember we looked it up.
Yeah,
and it was pretty cool.
But that's what the magazine was about. It was just about. It was like a potpourri of everything.
Yeah. A Boy's Life.
And we have a subscription to something else now. Costco magazine, Costco Connection, sitting
Costco
right
Connection.
there. Love it.
She's a beaut.
So I wrote about magazine subscriptions. I also wrote about, inspired by you, what games fun was stifled by its controls, as you were talking about. I'm so sorry. The name of the
Fading Afternoon Uncensored.
You inspired me to write that one, and lots of people in the comments were talking about Kid Icarus Uprising, and I completely agree. I understand what they were going for with the control scheme, and I played the whole game with that because it was the only way. But it was a very uncomfortable control scheme. I wish they would redo that game with new controls. So we wrote about that. People had some very interesting answers, but prevailing one was Kid Icarus Uprising. Also wrote about darkness and TV shows, and I don't mean thematically, I mean literally incredibly dark.
Dark.
Inspired by
That Game of Thrones episode?
no, but that came up in the comments. Inspired by something bad is going to happen.
Dark Metamorphosis.
The show you just watched.
Yeah, that was something bad
Because
that happened to me watching that.
I saw so many reviews that were like, this show is incredibly dark most of the time that I can't see what's going on.
I hate that.
That's weird. I didn't have that issue watching it.
Because I don't think I'm anywhere near as sensitive to that as other people are. And I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I'm not as sensitive. And I watched in pitch darkness on the treadmill on my phone with brightness full blast. So literally the best screen I have anywhere in pitch dark. And I was like, this show is too dark at
Really?
times. Yes.
I didn't even notice
There's
that.
certain times where, and I like, look, I posted one of the screenshots from the show because it was very dark at times. And I need to watch, I'm only a handful of episodes in. I need to watch more, but there are times
No,
where
you
I'm
don't.
like,
No, you don't.
you know how I am. Where I was like, man, is it very dark? But yes, people were talking about other shows that they found dark. An infamous episode of Game of Thrones came up where it was very dark. So, yes, just shows where you're like, son of a bitch, I can't see. And we all know people's TVs aren't calibrated as the manufacturers intended or anything like that. So, there's plenty of people who are like, show's too dark, but their TVs aren't set up right and all that stuff. But there's shows that go beyond that pale where it's just a very, very, very dark show.
Plus, it's all manipulated after in editing. They manipulate all that stuff.
Yes.
Later.
Mom Brain, please bring me a toothpick. Thank you.
I've been seeing a bunch of, now that the Harry Potter TV show that's upcoming has a trailer out, I've been seeing a lot of side-by-side comparisons of what the lighting was like from the original movies.
Yes.
And then how muted and like dead,
lifeless.
Yeah, like
it does. I didn't watch the original movies. I'm not gonna watch this stuff. I saw the comparison screens and I was like, boy, it's like a smear of just bland over the whole thing.
Yeah, they really took a lot of the color. It's like no saturation at all.
That's something I will say about the Galaxy movie. Very, very colorful. Like it looks very lively. It's exciting for the eyes, as it should be. But
yeah, I mean that's you that's the genre for it, or the subject matter for it, something colorful. But yeah, I mean the Harry Potter stuff I think could be a little bit lighter. I mean, who knows what the show's going to be like, but we're talking about kids who do magic.
You think there'd be some life to it, yeah. I also wrote about Shinichiro Sato, which you probably don't know his name, and that's fine because I didn't know it until this week. He was the drummer for The Pillows, and sadly he has passed away from cancer. And I really can't think of times when, I can only think of very few times where quote unquote celebrities pass away and it actually makes me sad. I'm not like happy about it, but it just doesn't move me. I'll be like, oh, so-and-so died. That's sad. But like I was actually sad when Iwata passed away. It was shocking and it hurt me more than I thought it would or ever expected. I know this is going to get laughs, but I mean it. When Ernest died, I was like, he was so young. And that's such a stupid character.
And
Jim Varney.
We didn't even get to know what he means.
He never heard. Vern never knew. What did he mean? But I was like, actually, thank you. Sad about that. And this one made me sad because, as I've talked about before, Fooly Cooley is by a country mile the piece of art entertainment that has influenced me more than anything else. Fooly Cooley to this day influences me. Who I am, how I feel, how I think about things, how I process stuff, how I come at things. And it only comes to mean more to me as time goes on. And every piece of that show is related to that. The soundtrack included. I became a fan of The Pillows in general because of Fooly Cooley. And I went through and listened to all of their albums, Fooly Cooley music or not, and have become such a huge fan of them. And it really hit me because of all that. But also, I have wanted to see The Pillows live for so long. And they broke up at the end of last year, which really bummed me out. But now one of them, the drummer, passed away, so like there's no hope at all. But the 2 times I wanted to see the Pillows, one of them, when I found out that the show was going on, it was local and tickets were sold out and I couldn't get any. And the second time I found out they played local the day after it happened. I was like, and I always wanted to see them live and never got to do it. Now the drummer's dead, and he was like early 60s, I think. It was esophageal cancer, poor guy. But I just wrote about that because I feel like I should write about it. Like Fooly Cooley is such an important part of my life, and that music is equally important, and sad to see the guy go. 10 Division says, love the Pillows. Me too. From something I love to something I am very iffy on. I love the original American Gladiators. When I heard that American Gladiators was getting a revival, which would be its second revival here, I was excited because I love the idea. Now we finally just got the trailer. I believe the show's coming out on the 17th on Amazon Prime. We got the trailer for the new American Gladiators. And it's hosted by The Miz and somebody else. I already knew that. That's fine. I think he can do a fine job hosting. It's got wrestlers in it as some of the gladiators, and the ones that they picked are great. They got Rick Boogs from WWE. Well, it used to be WWE. He's very gladiator coded. I don't know what to tell you. Then they got Wardlow from WWE, and he's another one that fits in perfectly with gladiators, whatever. But the trailer did what I didn't want it to do. I don't know if the show is going to be like this, but it's like,
oh no,
here's how much I trained, and here's what I do for a living, and here's my family, and here's my.
We don't want to know. We want to think that you came out of the womb a gladiator contender.
Well, we can know that, but tell me it in 30 seconds, not like a whole segment of like 3 minutes where I gotta watch how like. Here's my dog watching me train on monkey bars in my backyard, and my grandma has cancer. I'm sorry your grandma got cancer.
I broke my back, and they said I'd never walk again, and now look at me.
I mean, that sounds terrible, but yeah, I mean, you can tell me that quickly. Like, do it like they do on Jeopardy. I mean, the Jeopardy stories are terrible, but like Jeopardy, it's like, here's one little back and forth with somebody. Okay, next person. Okay, next person.
No,
back to the game.
I don't even want that. How about this? If you win, then you get 20 seconds to talk about who you are. I don't want to know who the losers are.
I'll do you even better. If you get to the final 2 at the end, or you're at the end, you make it to the end, it's you and whoever else. Okay, give me a little bit about yourself. That's fine, but whatever. So the trailer makes me nervous about that. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Also, I know the original American Gladiators has gladiators with cocky personalities, but they were like over the top, stupid, and I mean great personalities, like cartoon character, comic book style caricatures of personalities. And in the trailer, everybody looks like that modern style cocky where they like really mean it. It's like gross. It's not like, I need wrestling cocky, not real cocky. If you're real cocky, I'm like, I don't want to watch you. And it looks like some of the gladiators act that way, and a lot of the contestants act that way. And I'm like, this makes me not want to watch you. Maybe they're not all like that. I'm going to watch the show to give it a shot, but I just got that impression. What I do like is a lot of the original things are coming back. And all the ones you love seem to be there.
As long as there's assault and joust.
Joust is there.
The Eliminator. And
Swing on the Thing is there.
Yep.
The Eliminator, I don't see all of it, but I saw them run up the treadmill, which was one of my favorite parts because I used to be like, you do all that other stuff and you get to the treadmill and you can't run up that thing. So that's part of it, and I was excited to see that. I want to say the ball one is in there, rolling the ball thing.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm happy about that. They had some new ones in there that showed promise, which the last time they rebooted, they had new ones. And I was like, what is this garbage? Well, what you see here, still, it looks like they basically took ideas from other ones and remixed them into something new. I'm like, that's fine. Okay, show me people swinging. Show me people running past each other. Show me people swinging big whatevers. Like, everything was there that I needed. So far, that looks good.
Show me people running past each other.
You know what I mean? They ran down that gauntlet.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure it was called Gauntlet.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's just funny
This guy's got a stick, and this guy's got a big pillow, and this guy's got a stick and a pillow. But I used to like that one. I don't know what ones didn't I like. I can't. There's got to be one I didn't like.
No, they're all
Grab the ball and run around and throw it in the bucket. I like that one.
I like the mountain climbing one's great.
Yeah.
Where you're climbing the wall and then the guy has to come up and grab you.
That was intense. I
Yeah.
love that one. That's one of the best.
And you got like a head start if you were doing better or something. I think.
I'm sure you said it, but what's the one with the gun?
Assault. That's the best one.
I want to say the trailer doesn't show Assault. I'll have to watch it again, but Assault
There's
was
no
the
way
best
they're
one.
not going to have it. I mean, it's literally
It's the best.
Yeah,
it is
I
the
always
best.
thought that was the best
A
one.
king gladiator shooting the gun up top while you're like throwing darts at him and
I
stuff.
thought it was so cool.
And you get to the gun that's got like one shot, and then you the best,
Right.
the best. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I loved that. And he's like shooting tennis balls at you.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, smoke coming out of the machine when they shoot it because of the
They're-
compressor.
they're all good. Like the rings is good, the joust is good, the wall is good, the gauntlet is good, the eliminator's good, the assault is good. I can't think of one that I don't like.
Wasn't there one grab
the
flags
balls
off
is-
people?
Like a
Oh yeah, there's
flag football.
there's one where you have to get balls into like little baskets,
Yes.
and that one's maybe like the least inspired.
But it's fine.
But
yeah.
I never hated it.
yeah.
And it was always kind of fun because for some reason the baskets had like a roly
yeah,
poly
yeah,
bottom,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
why that's fun to me, but that
No, it
was.
It makes it more interesting. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. And then my only other complaint is the trailer for it starts with bum ba bum bum bum, and I was like, yeah, here we go.
Perfect.
And then they go right into that by saying new theme song by Jelly Roll, and I'm like,
Wait,
no. And then
It's like the-
it sounds like, I'm sorry, Jelly Roll fans, but it sounds like every Jelly Roll song ever, where it's like, I'm gonna make up lyrics, but I don't know what the lyrics are, but it's like, American Gladiator, fighting against the people. Here they come, and it's gonna be a fight. Bum, bum, bum. They're gonna fight, and that's all.
So
it
it's
is.
no
I'm like,
round ball rock, is what you're telling us.
no, not even close. It's a Jelly Roll
But
song.
that's like that to me, like if you think American Gladiators, one of the things I think you think about is the theme song.
Yeah.
Like that's
Sure.
like
and in the
definitely.
trailer to be like bum ba bum bum bum. By the way, new song. And I'm like, why?
I mean the second
Yeah, exactly.
man.
I don't get why they did that. It was like the worst way to. It's the worst way to usher in your old fans. Be like, nostalgia. By the way, new song, and it's terrible. Nobody's. I'm sorry. No one's gonna hear that Jelly Roll song and be like superior to the
Yeah,
original.
don't edge me on the theme.
Right?
Also, I mean, it's American Gladiators. Like, put some stank on it. There shouldn't be words. It shouldn't feel fun. It should be like dirty, dangerous, intense.
That's what's so great about that theme. Yeah, it's like a march. You want to get up and like march through the door and go off.
You're an American Gladiator.
That's right. It makes you feel like an American Gladiator.
Yeah.
I also wrote about this new game called Devils on the Moon. It is a pinball game for the Playdate that I found out about this week. And I will talk more about it later because I've been playing it. And then the Galaxy movie. And then that's it. We did it. All right. Now it's time for news, Mom Brain.
Now, Melissa.
I got to get that on the soundboard. Finally. Tell me about it. Ba-ba-ba-da. Rumor of the week not starring Do Michaels. Since we did our last show on Friday, we have some stuff that we would have normally covered, but we didn't. Yes, it's a pinball game, Darmani. Rumor, a Super Metroid remake is coming to the Switch 2, I would imagine. And it's being developed by Mercurysteam. I am not a remake fan, but Mercurysteam doing a remake of a Metroid game. Sounds great to me because they've done it once already. So sounds great. They know what they're doing.
Which one did they do? Zero Mission?
No, they did Return of Samus. They did the Metroid 2 remake that was on the 3DS. Malakayla says, I thought it was with. Yeah, you played that, didn't you? Metroid Return to Samus on the 3DS?
No, I don't know how I missed that one.
Wow, it's a great one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like it'd be
Mercury
great.
Steam, I got no worries about it all when it comes to Metroid games. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I played Zero Mission and Fusion, and I played the original and Super Metroid, but I don't think I've ever played. I know I've never played Metroid 2. That's the game originally on Game Boy, right? But I didn't even know it was on the 3DS. That's sad that I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm getting the name wrong, but Samus Returns was my first Metroid, says 10th Division. Technically dabbled with the NES original, but was not into it. Loved it. So Metroid Samus Returns and Metroid 2 Return of Samus. I don't know, remember what the names are, but they're one and the same. But yes, it's on 3DS and it's fantastic. So Mercurysteam, the Metroid franchise is in good hands with them. Don't worry at all. And a Super Metroid remake, that's the Super Metroid is like one of the holy grails of Nintendo in general, in my opinion. That is like the pinnacle of a Metroidvania, the pinnacle of a Metroid soundtrack. It's top tier Nintendo at their best, through and through. Stood the test of time, no doubt. So that's a tough one to go in for a remake, because how, in my opinion, do you remake perfection? But with Mercurysteam doing it and Nintendo overseeing it, I feel more confident. But again, I really don't care about it. So, but it's nice to see the Metroid franchise getting some attention. So there's that. And I'm sure there's plenty of people who have never played Super Metroid. So this will be a nice way to welcome them in if they do actually make it, if this is more than a rumor. Also, apparently they're working on a new Metroid game. And if Mercurysteam is working on a new Metroid game, that probably means it's a 2D Metroid game. Again, these are all rumors. Says supposedly this remake would employ a pixel art style of some kind. Well, now we're talking my language. Now I'm a little more curious. Mercurysteam is also in development on a brand new Metroid game that would serve as a follow-up to Dread. So yeah, I loved Dread. Dread is fantastic. That's Mercurysteam. Mercurysteam handled a remake of Metroid 2, and I was like, these guys understand Metroid. Then they did Dread, and I'm like, oh, okay, these guys really get it. So a follow-up to Dread, yeah, sign me up. All about it. Love it. So if these rumors are true, I'm overall extremely. I have no complaints really, other than I don't like remakes. But other than that, yeah, sounds great to me. All about it. Seems like you guys are into it because there's 13 comments here. Austin McBucket says, "Interesting how we keep getting exactly what we want. Whatever is, if this is for real, I'm loving it. I mean, yeah, it's true. Fans being like, give me another 2D Metroid and remake Super Metroid, and if this rumor is true, then that's what we're getting. So." I'm all about it. We don't need to do that. I've already covered this. As I said, Miyamoto says it's his mission to put Pikmin in everything. He did it. He said this in an interview with IGN. Says, quote, now I wouldn't say it was a request to put Pikmin in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, more like a mission. I'm on a mission to try and include Pikmin in any kind of Nintendo product we can put up. And obviously Pikmin can be appearing anywhere. But the setting of Galaxy really lends itself of having Pikmin be there as part of the world. And so I was waiting in anticipation for what kind of ideas Illumination came up with. So yeah, as we knew, as was not spoiled, as was revealed in one of the teasers for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Pikmin are in it. And you know what? It's a nice little scene.
I thought so.
Very well done. One of the
the music and the sound helped.
Very understated moment in the movie, just a throwaway moment, but it's very nice, and I like how it's handled. So
no Ochi.
I was sad.
No Ochi, right? It's just the Pikmin, right?
Yeah.
And we don't see Olimar or any of that. No, it's just your red, yellow, blue Pikmin, from what I remember. But I still liked it. It was very good. And you know what? It fooled me. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be at first. So, but I liked it. Humafar says, a noble mission indeed. There you go. That's right. Put Pikmin in everything. I don't care. Put him in the live action Legend of Zelda movie. I don't care if it makes any sense. Just put him in there. Doesn't matter to me.
The other week, you didn't want a Mario head in your Star Fox game flying around in the background, and now it's put Pikmin in everything.
All right,
cross it over.
Let me say this. Pikmin, put him in it as an Easter egg. They're walking around on a log somewhere in the Zelda movie and the camera doesn't linger on it. Fine. If they're like, Link, we're Pikmin. Oh, no. That would make me close to walking out of the theater, honestly. I'd be like, no, I don't want any of this. Give me we got perfectly fine the booby bird.
Oku?
Ukus, yeah, put them in it. Couldn't remember the name.
but okay.
No,
but that's,
Uku.
Okay, Uku. but that's kind of what I was talking about last week because I was Nikki Hill was saying, what if it's a Star Fox movie? Star Fox is flying around, and in the background, you just see like maybe the Mario head from Galaxy ship fly by. He doesn't have any lines. There's no interaction, but you just see it in the background. That's what I thought.
Is this a movie we're talking about now?
Yes.
Yeah, if it's a movie, I don't care. I said, do whatever you want in the movies. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
Forgive me. Last week we were talking about the game, not like a potential Star Fox game.
Hey, Freddy Fro.
I understand.
Yeah. In a movie like I'm talking about, if Pikmin are characters in it, I will be annoyed, but I'll be more annoyed than usual, honestly. But I'd be like, it's the movie, whatever. But I would be more annoyed about that.
I understand.
But in a game, no. Keep them out of there. With Wart and Pikmin in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, people have been like, they're gonna make a Smash Brothers movie. Well, Miyamoto has tempered expectations for that. Again, in an interview this time at Polygon, Miyamoto says this right off the bat. I'll say that unlike something like Smash Brothers, I don't think you'll have a situation where all Nintendo characters would be joining. As you know, my rule is that Pikmin can appear in any Nintendo series. So it's like, tempering expectations. Not necessarily building to a Smash Brothers movie here. He's not saying no, but just saying like, we're gonna skip that. We don't need to. Yeah. Martin Stuff says Mario, Pikmin, Star Fox, all Miyamoto creations that appear in the movie, yet we don't see any mole mania. Come on, Shigeru, give the people what they want. I agree with that. We need more mole mania. There's plenty of moles in the Mario Galaxy movie. Monty Mole and his family are all over the place. They're everywhere. I'm not lying. They're like one of the blanking on words. One of the airport scenes, whatever, is filled with Monty Moles. They're sitting in seats. They're walking by. They're talking in the background. So, yeah, we could put one Mole Mania mole in there. Maybe there is one and I just didn't catch it. Possible. Nintendo and Illumination also revealed how Glen Powell became the voice of Fox and appeared in the movie, which I obviously care about more than anything else in the world. Illumination CEO Chris Meledandri says this in an interview with Forbes. Quote, when we were working on the first movie, we began to get phone calls from actors. They started communicating their enthusiasm. After the first movie was done, there were 2 phone calls that came from actors expressing incredible conviction and passion about being involved with Nintendo, and one of them was from Glen Powell. He explained that we had to understand how deeply he loved the character of Fox McCloud. His dream was one day to be a part of a Star Fox movie. I'm listening to this going, he has no idea that me and Miyamoto are talking about Star Fox being in this new movie. And Glenn is expressing this passion for this. What happened after that was we spoke about it. We had decided we wanted Star Fox to appear in this new movie as a surprise. And when I called Glenn back, I said, look, I want to have a conversation, but it has to be completely secret. You cannot talk to anyone, as no one knew this character would be so close to this movie. On top of that, we felt that there was a Glen Powell kind of attitude to the character, and he feels perfectly suited to the role. It was one of those gifts. Glen Powell, as I've said from day one, Glen Powell is the modern day Fox McCloud. I've always said that. And here it is, proof in the film. He is so perfect in the role. Fox is Powell, and Powell is Fox. I can't separate the two.
Can't separate them.
Yeah, it can't separate them. They're one and the same in my eyes. So, he did a phenomenal job. And again, Brie Larson as Rosalina, love it because she's a huge fan of the Mario games in general. And now we're one step better because Powell is a huge fan of Fox and said, I want to be in a Star Fox movie before he even knew Fox was going to be a part of this movie. So, yes, give the roles to people who are passionate about the roles. And clearly, Powell has spent many years perfecting what Star Fox would sound like to him because he was a natural.
And like, you can do that because like it's not like they have voices that you have to emulate. So you really can
Fox does, but he did his own thing.
Yeah.
Powell did his own thing. He may have not sounded like Fox in the games, but he had the personality of Fox. I heard that Glen called up Illumination and he said,
let's have a little fun.
And then they signed right there. And then he said,
yeah, it's working. Don't relax. We're not done yet.
That's
Don't relax.
Star
We're
Fox
not done
personality
yet.
right there. And Chris Pratt was so annoyed because he wanted to be Fox. So Chris Pratt said,
what the heck?
And now I'm done. I won't annoy you anymore. Moving. Oh, let me read your comment. Rick Flight says, shame they went through all the secrecy only to blow their load a few days before the premiere. Oh, well. Glen did a great job as Fox, and I would love to see more of him in the role. I'm loving all these actors going out of their way to show love and support for these characters. Yeah, it's almost like Nintendo's characters are worldwide beloved and connect with audiences universally.
Beloved.
Freddie Fro says, I'm very passionate about talking flower, so I'm going to email the studio head. Wish me luck, everybody. Good luck, Freddie Fro. I believe in you. You can make it happen. We've been keeping track of the Galaxy movie box office. I'm not going to give you the whole thing because we've updated this so much, but I'll tell you just what happened this week. Biggest opening of a movie for the year domestically, brought in 34 million on its opening day. That was enough to take down the previous record holder, Project Hail Mary, which just got it at 33.1 million. Super Mario Galaxy movie also had the best Wednesday opening in April ever in the entire history of the box office. No movie better than that. And the previous record holder was the Super Mario Brothers movie. So it beat its own record. So there you go. And the records just keep coming. Number one everywhere. Pacing slightly ahead of the first movie. We'll see if that's where it ends at the end of the 5-day opening weekend that they're looking, because some people say it'll be slightly under, some people say it'll be slightly ahead. I've been looking at Deadline's numbers and they're analyzing all of it. We'll see where the worldwide box office comes in, but doing phenomenally well, just like the first movie. So good numbers all around, just what you want to see. Nope. Oh God, this is great. We did that already. This is so good, dude. I'm very excited for you to hear this. There's this guy, the gaming historian on YouTube. He did a whole bunch of very long videos about all kinds of game stuff, very highly researched, took a lot of work and effort. He's burnt out. He's done. He said, I just can't do it anymore because these projects take so long and take so much time. I don't have it in me to do them anymore. So he said, I'm retiring from YouTube, but as my parting gift, I'm releasing 1.3 gigs of legal documents from Nintendo's old Universal versus Nintendo battle, which was about Donkey Kong and the name Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong being too much like King Kong and blah, 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 blah. Nintendo won that and whatever. Now Universal and Nintendo are thick as thieves. But people have been going through these documents and we found out some amazing things. Top story worthy. For example, part of the legal documents showed the names that Nintendo and Shigeru Miyamoto were considering for Donkey Kong's arcade release. So these are the names that were considered for Donkey Kong when it went into the arcade. We've heard some names for Donkey Kong before, but this is for specifically the arcade game. Giant Kong, Big Kong, Kong on the Run, Kong Chase, Steel Kong, that's EE, not EA, Mad Kong,
I love this one.
Heart and Kong. Yep.
Wow.
I love it. Attack of the Kong. Lady and Kong. Lady and Kong is also great. Isn't that song? Lady and Kong.
Yeah.
City Kong. Family Kong. Funny Kong.
Family Kong.
And then get this one.
Family Kong.
Build On. Build On.
It's bizarre.
There you go. Those are the names they considered, but they went with Donkey Kong, which is just as weird as many of the other ones there. But because we've said it for so long, it just feels right. Here's something else Miyamoto revealed.
Build On versus Mario is what I've been playing recently.
We will be referring to Donkey Kong as Build On from now on. It's true. Miyamoto took the stand to discuss some things. And he's trying to be like Donkey Kong isn't King Kong. Here's all these reasons why he's not King Kong. Miyamoto said he tried to make Donkey Kong, quote, as close to a human being as compared to the usual gorilla, end quote. He also, quote, tried to make it as if Donkey Kong was a human being wearing a stuffed doll. Miyamoto went further, saying, quote, in other words, a human being wearing a gorilla costume and acting like a human being. So Miyamoto saw Donkey Kong as a man in a gorilla suit. There you go. Obviously, that is not what it became as the years went on, but that's how originally Miyamoto conceptualized Donkey Kong, which is why I created the picture I did for this post, which I greatly enjoy. So there's your weirdness from Miyamoto this week, the weirdest man in the world. King Broly says, and the man in the ape costume, Shigeru Miyamoto. There you go. There you go.
That'd be great if he had some weird like ape costume fetish and just made the character in order for him to have a reason to
He
like
lives
be
a very
inside of it.
secretive life. Maybe that happens.
I am not Donkey Kong, but I do dress as him.
The doors close in his home. He gets out the banjo, puts on the build on costume, and just has at it. Lady in the Kong. That's right. Like Beauty and the Beast, Drake. You got it. You nailed it perfectly. All right. Mom Brain, please help me out here. Umami. It's time for the savory releases of the week. And let me tell them to you. Here's what you got on Switch 2. Darwin's Paradox. That's the new game from Konami. Brand new franchise or brand new IP. People of Note is coming out soon. Before next week. That's the RPG that is like a musical. You know, like and name any musical. It's like a musical.
Sound of Music?
There you go. That's what it's like. RPG, but like that. South of Midnight Weavers Edition. That's the former Xbox exclusive, now available on Switch 2. And Super Meat Boy 3D, which is available on Switch 2. As for Switch, Switch has 15-in-1 Mega Bundle, Adrenaline Overload Bundle, Adrenaline Rush 4-pack, All-Stars 4-game collection, Asphalt Racing Bundle Hypercar and Speedway, Button Prison, Casual Sports Series Boxing, Cat Up, Chain Staff, Cozy Bay Hike, Cozy Life Collection, Duck Battle Royale, Egg Console CSO, the MSX version, Echo and the Bewitched Lands, that's EKO, so maybe it's Eco. Extreme Garage Off-Road, Fit and Fry, Mise en Place, Garden Work Simulator 2026, Hidden Around the World, Hotel Simulator 2026, Japanese Basics Hiragana Fill-In Quiz, Living Dead House, Malakalo, thank you for that gift, Magic Exposure 2, Mana Finder, Marvel Maximum Collection. That's a whole bunch of old school Marvel games in one collection, including my favorite from the arcade days, Captain America and the Avengers. Mighty, I used to play that in our local mall.
I remember just you saying that.
You will be the one escaping. Mighty Aphid 2, Morcol, Ascend to the Gods, Motion Wreck, Not Human Nightmare, Owlin and Whispering Woods, Panda Keeper, Pulmo, no relation to Pushmo, Rogolf, Sigma Star Saga DX. That is the classic GBA Way Forward game. That's a shmup and an RPG together in one, which I still own my original copy. Now you got the DX version on your Switch, or as Deux would prefer, you can buy a brand new cartridge for your GBA. Sprunky Hell Towers. That's true, by the way. Not the Deux part. The other part is true. Sprunky Hell Towers. Spy Guy Europe. Stunt Race. No FX on that. And Vectored. No comment this week, which is totally my fault. And Deux, there will be no comment for you as long as you don't mind taking over the European releases for Nikki Hill.
How could I mind?
Josh, could you please? As only you can. Josh, wake up.
What are the next European masterpieces?
Wake up.
Let's find out with Nikki's sweet releases.
Josh Biden, wake up.
Now it's time for the European eShop releases. The week of April 2nd, the year of our Lord, 2026. This is Deux Michaels filling in for Nikki Hill. Nikki Hill, we speak your name. On the Switch 2, we have AFL 26. Content warning. Darwin's Paradox. Ghost Simulator 2 or Goat Simulator 2. Haste. South of Midnight. Super Meat Boy 3D. And on the Switch, we have Billy Boots' Treasure. Build-A-Bank Tycoon. Bun Buns. Button Prison. Casual Sports Series Boxing. Content warning. Dumb Ducks. That's D-U-M-B Ducks. Dangerous Superheroes After Dark. Heroes Behind the Mask. Date with a Psycho Killer Girl. A love story and horror show series. Desert Storm War FPS. Duck Battle Royale. The Egg Console CSO MSX version of CSO. European Truck Simulator. Extreme Garage Off-Road. Game with Balls. Garden Work Simulator 2026. Go-Go Mr. Chickums. Hearthstorm. Homura, The Crimson Warriors. Horror Park. Hotel Manager 2026. Japanese Basics Hiragana Fill-In Quiz. Just Deserts. Legacy of Kain Ascendance. Lion Simulator RPG Animal Battle Survival. Living Dead House. Magic Exposure 2. Mana Finder. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. Meow Moments celebrating Myth and Machine. More Cool Ascend to the Gods. Motion Wreck. Nubia Phobia. Owland and Whispering Woods.
Hey, Granimus.
Panda Keeper. Pirate Anime Quest One Girl's Journey. Piece of Island Love.
Mhm.
That's all one thing. Retro Motel Simulator. Revenge on Gold Diggers.
Yeah, get him.
Rogolf. Sports Challenge 50 Plus Games Edition. Sprunky Hell Towers. Spy Guy Europe. Storage Hunter Big War Simulator. Stunt Race. Task Force Ranger Lead the Way. Technotopia. The Darkest Files. The Kingdom of the Golden Thread and Mad Clocks. And last, but maybe not least, Vectored.
Thank you, Deux. We appreciate it.
Turd.
That was a list. My God.
It sure is a list. And that's that. Mom Brain, how's Pocopia going?
It's going great.
Spring break has started for Mom Brain, so we're going to go into Pocopia Overload.
Yeah, Poke Overload.
Overload Pia.
I just opened up a new section. I've been tooling around, and I'm still thoroughly enjoying it. I could just spend hours just like putzing around. Like it's been really great, and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. And that's all I gotta say.
No, it's not, because you have to talk about Ekans.
Well, we all know how I am afraid of snakes. And I had a moment with Ekans the other day. He made me nervous every time I saw him. He still does, but I moved him into a house with 3 other guys, and they're all vibing. It's going good. And I watched him the other day climb a set of stairs, and you would imagine that a snake climbing
a set of stairs would sort of, match
Slither
the
up them.
form of the stairs, but instead he was just a flat, stretched out snake as if he were on flat ground, and he was like bonk, 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 like and it made me giggle, and I felt a little bit better about him.
There you go.
Nice.
It's the relationship is coming around.
Baby steps.
That's right.
Yeah.
Baby Ekans steps. That's it. That's all you play.
That's it.
Do what have you been playing?
Jumped into some Animal Crossing Old Horizons. Nothing new going on over there. I guess spring blossoms are now in session, so lovely trees and things like that. Played some Fortnite. We had a couple good rounds of Fortnite.
We are doing pretty damn good at Fortnite this season. Now that we got our multiple traversal methods to get away from people, I feel like our win record's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and we're still cockroaching it up.
We got shocks, we got zip lines, we got gloves, we got cars, we got it all.
Yeah.
Dude had a llama pinata he was running around on.
Yeah, I was riding a llama pinata, and that was like really confusing people, I think, because I wasn't like too formidable, but because it was so bizarre, I was doing very well. I was like riding this llama pinata while holding like a grenade launcher. It was pretty awesome.
It's really good to look at. It's really satisfying.
Mom Brain was downstairs passing by while Dew was riding the llama. I made sure she checked it out. So
yeah, I actually last night when we were done playing, I actually bought the battle pass.
Hey.
So already on the way to earning my V-Bucks back, and at the end of the level 85, I'll be Bugs Bunny. But
that's right, yeah. Or Lola. You could get Lola.
You can have Lola in the battle pass?
No, I'm just saying you could buy
Oh,
Lola.
okay. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, we were having fun. And then played not too much more, but a little bit more of Mario Donkey Kong on Nintendo Switch Classics.
Mario Build On, you mean?
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry. I shouldn't have stopped where you were going now.
Yeah, now I'll never remember what I was trying to say. It's Nintendo Switch Classics Game Boy Advance is what I've been playing.
So it's not Nintendo Switch Classics. It's just Nintendo Classics.
Okay.
It just happens to be on the Switch, and you need a Switch Online subscription to get it, but the whole thing is called Nintendo Classics, then the name of the system. Nintendo Classics, GBA.
Gonna need another few weeks, and I'll get
fine. I have a feeling we'll be doing more shows, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm in the Mystery Forest, I believe it's called. It's the game's starting to get kind of difficult. I mean, look, it's not too difficult to play and beat for a determined player. I just get frustrated so easy with things that even with like traditional saves at the beginning of every level where I could just like immediately go back, it's just like I don't want to play these 2 minutes again of like going all the way up here and grabbing this and doing that. And so
and again, you got rewind. You could do it. You could rewind 3 seconds and you'd be right back in.
Yeah, I really could. So that just goes to show how messed up I am in my brain. But I'm about halfway through the Mystery Forest, and it's getting complicated. But good for everybody who played that game and made that game. And
you talking about it makes me want to play it again, because I know I remember I have very vivid memories of that, like and being really into that game, but
it's
just
cool.
making me want to play it again.
And like it surprised me when I first, I mean, it's been a few weeks now, but when I first opened the game up, the design of Mario himself surprised me, because it's almost like a not 3D, but it's kind of like a Nintendo 64-esque Mario in a side scroller that doesn't seem to match the backgrounds.
It's it's like they did with Donkey Kong Country. It's like CG graphics that they did.
Yeah,
with the character.
And it's very cool. It's interesting look, and the fact that that Game Boy Advance is just it's unstoppable. So
that's why they're still putting out games for it.
Yeah. So there's that. Who knows? I can do it. I don't mind playing it handheld and like watching something on TV. Like that's low stakes. You know, I can kind of multitask when I do it, like listening to a podcast or whatever. So I might keep it going. But like I said, I get frustrated easily. And then I played, last but not least, I jumped back into the Long Dark, the survival game that I was playing. They just released this week the 5th and final chapter of the storyline. So I jumped in to like make sure that I downloaded that update. And even though I wasn't playing the main story of that game, I'm only playing the survival mode, which is like a sandbox mode. I was like, maybe, now that the story's all out, I'll get in and I'll play it. And I like jumped in, and instead of playing the story, I just went back to survival mode. And
hey, SD.
I've been I spent 2 whole days trying to make something happen on Interloper. Interloper is one of the hardest difficulty levels. And I've just gotten to the point where the level right underneath Interloper is too easy for me. And Interloper is just too hard. But that's kind of what makes it fun, like trying to get there. Because if it's too easy, then too quickly, you're like, whatever. So I played like a bunch of starters trying to get a good Interloper play, and I couldn't get anything higher than 6 days. 6 days was my highest. But in my heyday playing it months ago, I made it to 36 days one time on Interloper. So I don't know, but basically I was getting my booty kicked, and I don't know. I was actually playing this morning, and something happened in the game that killed me. That was just like, it was almost like the universe saying like, hey, play a different game. Like seriously, like stop it. Like you're just not cut out for Interloper Long Dark. So we'll see how I feel. But anyways, thanks for listening. RMC.
The universe was telling me not to play, but we'll see.
I can't help it. There's something about it that's, now that I know so much about the game, I can like relax a little bit and take in like some of the beauty of the game. And it really is a beautiful game at times. Like it's got a really great feel as far as like being out in the wilderness. Like I've never really experienced anything quite like it. You just have to be into that kind of a genre, a survival genre, and you have to I don't know. Like it's great. So anyways, thanks for listening to that. Hopefully I can tear myself away from this. I was 2 seconds away from downloading Kena Bridge of Spirits or whatever it's called this week. And I didn't do it because I was like getting in my own head about the reviews. It was like, oh, like Switch
reviews are good.
It's like Switch 2 like doesn't look as good as the PlayStation 1. So then I was like, well, I'll get the PlayStation 1, and then the PlayStation 1 was $10 more. And then I was like, well, then maybe I'll just play something that I've played 8 million times before.
Well,
and then
all right, I'll bite for this. What reviews were you reading that say it doesn't look as good?
Oh, I don't remember.
Or do you mean comments? People?
No. I was like trying to get into it, and like it wasn't that it didn't look as good. It was mostly like, docked, it looks pretty good, but it's not hitting like the frame rate or whatever. I don't know.
The way these reviews influence you when you also like don't even know like what, if you're running HDR or what your resolution is, or if you have an HDMI cable that's capable of that, or like it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not trying to be mean, but the fact that like you hear all this stuff, like what resolution are you running your PS5 at, and what frame rate are you on, and what HDMI cable are you using? Is it capable? Can your TV do the modes that you have yours set up? Like these are all questions you don't know, which I think is fine, but you're basing reviews and what you purchase off of this stuff.
Yeah, but I can tell when I'm looking at 30 frames per second versus 60.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure that's true. Yeah, a lot of people do that.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, if I have a PlayStation and I have a Switch 2 and it runs better on the PlayStation, I might as well get it on PlayStation. That's how I've always looked at this. And like I said, the Switch one was on sale for $31 and it was $40 for the PlayStation one. Now I lost out for $9, but whatever. Like I didn't pull the trigger this week. And then I was psyching myself out with everything else, watching videos and being like, I probably wouldn't like it that much.
I probably wouldn't like this Zelda style game. Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about
the amount
that
of time
stuff.
you put into convincing yourself you won't like something it seems like a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. Like I'm very.
Oh my God. I could virtual game card it to you.
You could, I guess.
Yes, that's the answer.
Then I'll bring the Switch next week.
My mom just stole Dread off of me this week.
Oh, cool.
Because my mom has always played Metroidvania or Metroid games, the 2D ones. She played Super Metroid. We played Super Metroid back in the day together. We played the original Metroid. Oh, we played the Game Boy one. But through Nintendo Classics GBA, she played Zero Mission and finished it. She played Fusion and finished it. And then she went back in to play Zero Mission again. I was like, you just beat it. And she's like, oh, I just liked it. I was like, there's other Metroid games you can play. Super Metroid, she's played so much that she's not going to play that one again. But I was like, I know you're not going to play 3D. Well, she wouldn't not play 3D Metroid. She's just not looking for that right now. And I was like, what about Dread? You should get Dread. And I was like, wait, you don't have to get Dread. You could borrow it from me. So she brought her Switch over and we virtual game carded up and she's got it. So I'm excited to see what she thinks.
She should like it. Hopefully she doesn't get stuck like, what's his name?
No, I'm confident my mom is a better gamer than David Jaffe, seeing what he says and how he plays games. I'm sure she can handle it. She made it through Fusion and Zero Mission on her own. So I'm sure she'll be fine. I don't think she's gonna have fun being chased by Emmy and Dread, but I didn't tell her Emmy was in it. So.
Yeah.
No worries. Me, is it my turn? I'm going?
Yeah, baby.
So as Deux said, we played Fortnite, having a lot of fun. Really, 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 really enjoying this season. Love the momentum, really enjoy the map, like the locations. We're firing on all cylinders. Things are going really well. So just really having a good time. Deux did not mention either he forgot or on purpose left it to me. We played a game together this week.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this.
We played Content Warning, which we knew was coming to Switch and Switch 2, but it got and other systems, but it got surprise released this week on everything outside of PC. So we started playing that, and for those who haven't played it or know about it, basically you are a group of explorers that go down underground to hell. I don't know. It's weird places. And you have a video camera and your job is to record footage of scary things. And then hopefully you make it back to the surface and you upload your video to the game's version of YouTube and fake viewers watch it. And you have to hit a viewer threshold to continue on in the game. We never managed to meet the viewer threshold on our first time playing because we were just learning how to play. But I had a lot of fun. We were having a lot of stupid fun just wandering around. And
it's definitely stupid fun.
The video of Music Man that I saw.
Yes, we're playing Music Man and we're playing
the crane.
Guys, can you see me? Guys, can you see me?
I never remember Adam's name. What is his name? Was it just Adam?
Adam DeSoto?
Or whatever. We're playing with Adam too. Music Man and Adam. So it's us four playing. And it has proximity chat, which is great because, you know, your voice changes in volume depending on how close or far you are from somebody. Also, you hear them directionally where they're standing. So that's fun. So just like running around in these weird dark places, and
that adds a lot to it. That voice chat.
The echo that they add in for it too is really cool. And like, you know, going out and exploring and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And then some weird creature comes out of nowhere and we start screaming and running away from it and get killed more often than not. And it's a lot of fun. Music Man and I are on the same page of the game doesn't really explain things. It makes you figure them out on your own. And we like that. Deux and Adam are not on that page, but I don't think you're so against it in this case.
In this case, it's not bad because it's fun, like to goof around. Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing, as I'm sure you were going to bring up, is there's no way to invert your controller setting on it. So I was actually in a really, really grumpy mood, and it was very difficult for me to enjoy the game for what it was, because I kept looking at my feet or looking at the sky instead of running away and being a competent cameraman or doing whatever I needed to do. So it was really painful. I was kind of stewing, thinking like, in this day and age, you can't have inverse control option. Like, what's the matter with you? So that really killed it for me, because I could see that, like, with our little group that we had going, it was like, it could be like a hilarious, laugh a minute goof troop. But yeah, I was too busy. Like, when, I don't know if, I mean, you can relate, like, it makes your brain hurt trying to like learn, like relearn something that you've done your entire
as a fellow
life.
inverse player. Yes, I 100% feel your pain, and I 100% agree that in this day and age that shouldn't be a thing. The option should be there, and to think that it is not even considered is insanity to me. That's in the words of an old internet meme, that is unforgivable. It's mind-boggling. But my understanding is when it came out on PC, it also didn't have inverse, and they added it later, which only makes the situation worse because you've been through this once already. Can you help me? So, I was being blinded. Sorry. So yeah, it's terrible. And just to be clear, this is not a Nintendo thing. This is an every system thing because it just came out on every system. None of the platforms allow you to invert controls, which is ridiculous. But as I said to do, I believe we can adjust things on the Switch's, the Switch 2's settings in general to force an inverse for this game in particular. So I'm going to look more into that. But I'm sure they will update this game to have inverse controls. But yeah, that's a major sticking point for inverted players like you and myself. What I was doing mostly was just keeping my vision looking forward and not up and down. And since it's not like a really action-packed game until monsters come in, I was pretty okay. Like, I didn't like it, but I was okay. I could like turn left and right and get mostly what I needed to. But like, I want to do more stuff where I'm the cameraman, and that's much harder because you're lining up shots and everything. So that sucked. Yeah. SD, you got it. That's perfect. That's a perfect answer. So yeah, they need to fix that. But as for the game itself, a lot of fun, a lot of things to learn and dig into, a lot of stuff to figure out how to maneuver around the monsters. And I want to see what happens when you hit your threshold, because obviously you're going to keep reaching levels and get further and learn more and everything. So yes, I really did enjoy it outside of the controls thing. It was a lot of stupid fun, and having the right people with you, it makes it that much more fun. And the game just, it cuts highlight videos for you. So it makes you a little DVD that you end up putting on a virtual TV in the game. And then you all stand there with your friends and watch the video play, recapping what you've done. So it's fun because you never know what the video is going to give you other than, pieces of what you recorded. So,
and it's got
fun.
all your voices from the recording. So it's, even though it just happened like 5 minutes earlier, it's kind of like you're reliving it in a way that you're like, oh God, I did say that in a fit of scaredness.
Plus, seeing it through the lens of the camera too makes it all kinds of fun and interesting. So,
and they have like little funny fake comments as if people are watching the live stream. So like little comments will come up, and it'll be like, I wonder if Dude Michaels is a good friend or something. It's like, but and I think, if you get good at it, like you get in-game money, and there seemed to be like a bunch of stuff to buy and experiment with. So I'm sure if we keep playing, we'll discover like that you buy certain things that will probably give us more, more views or whatever.
Yeah, and better stuff for the camera and better lighting and all that stuff. Yeah. I see this conversation going on in here about game card sharing over the internet. I don't know off the top of my head, to tell you the truth. I do not know if you can do it over the internet with somebody on your family plan. I've only ever done it locally. So, virtual game card. I mean,
I don't think you can, know. But that'd be an interesting thing for the family plan members.
I think they're trying to avoid that so that, your family, you're actually in your family sharing plan with at least friends or family that you know in real life, rather than like going on, a Reddit thread and being like, all right, guys, let's all get together and we're family and whatever.
Yeah, that's a good
But you
point.
can still do that. Just you won't be able to do virtual game card stuff. You can still be on a family plan with random strangers across the internet, and you get access to all the Nintendo classics and the other stuff. But for virtual game card stuff, you can't. So we played that. I have been really busy this week, like to the point that I've been very angry about it. And on top of that, there are multiple days when I had to go to bed early and get up early. So I didn't even have time to do the stuff I was doing anyway. So I didn't really get to play anything at all outside of friend time. I don't count friend time as playing because I'm not going to miss that at all. So I love doing it 100%, but that's not like my gaming time. It's my hang out with friends and we're playing a game time. So that was my content warning and Fortnite time. But as far as playing games, I really didn't play anything this week until yesterday. I didn't touch Pokopia. I just didn't have the time. I really didn't. So yesterday I did play, and I started playing the hell's the name of the game? The Devil's Moon one. Devil's on the Moon? Sorry, I'm looking up the name now. I apologize. I can't remember anything anymore. Devil's on the Moon. Wow, I was right. Again, it's on the Playdate. And I love some virtual pinball games. I've played many of them over the years. I love a lot of them. Just trying to name some, but I blanked. Demon's Crush, and Devil, all that stuff. The Kirby one, Mario Pinball, Metroid Pinball. I like all those games. So Devil's on the Moon is another virtual pinball game, only available on the Playdate, and it's a single board, but it moves up and down. And it's just a virtual pinball game, but it's like occult and ghost and monster themed. So there's like occult imagery on the board, and there's monsters that you can battle, and like just lots of, it's one of, virtual pinball games are a lot of fun because they hide so many secrets. It's like, well, if you hit these 3 things, then this door opens up and it takes you somewhere else. Or if you clear out all the monsters in this section and then you ring this bell, then this special portal opens and the ball can go here. So all that stuff, I really like it. Soundtrack is great. It's very charming. The pinball physics are phenomenal. They're spot on. They're exactly what I want from a pinball game, virtually anyway. So it feels really good. The ball feels like it has some really good weight to it. The animation is also stellar. Like everything animates really, really well, and it just makes for a smoother, more enjoyable pinball experience overall. It's awesome. I really like it. If you're into virtual pinball, it's a really cool game. I hope it goes to other platforms, but again, right now, just the Playdate. So, Mom Brain has a picture. She could probably put it in the Discord. I had like a little book reading light that I had clamped to my shirt that was pointing at the screen I was playing because it doesn't have a backlight, but I was loving the game. It's great. And it doesn't use crank controls. It's just traditional button controls. And it has this cool thing where you can like capture ghosts and monsters. If you go to this special room, you have to like light all these candles or turn them all out. I don't remember. And you do that by hitting your ball into them. And if you manage to do that in the time limit, then you get to add like their card to your collection of cards. And there's like 50 some to collect. And it's just a little fun mini game that I really like. And there's more of those to unlock as well that I haven't gotten to yet. So it's fun. It's awesome. If you like virtual pinball, it's really cool. It's $10. And then I snooped around with a whole bunch of other stuff on Playdate, which I do. I just never talk about. I just pop in on here and there and other things and try stuff in the catalog and all that. I love the Playdate. It's awesome. But Devil's on the Moon. Check it out if you have a Playdate. And there's me in the Discord with my little shoulder light playing. While Mom Brain was playing Pokopia.
I was. We were gamer bros.
We were gamer bros. And then that is all I had time to play for it that I can talk about. I'm playing something else that I just started playing last night because I just got it yesterday for review. I can't tell you when the review is allowed. I can tell you it's not a first-party game. I don't want to do any of that. But I will say, in my opinion, it's a huge third-party game for Switch 2, and I'm playing it. And I started last night, and I only stopped because I had to go to bed. It was very, very, very enjoyable. I'll tell you later.
Yay.
But yeah, very excited to talk about that. Very honored to have the opportunity to play this, by the way, as well. So now that this at least a week is over, I got to go to bed early tonight because we're got to get up early to go to Easter get together tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to get to play stuff. I don't know, but I'll probably end up staying up too late tonight anyway and play. But that's it for me. Now we got questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com.
I will.
They can be about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. It's true, SD. It's true. Every day turning into an old man. This was in the email and it came with a whole bunch of music submissions, but I just happened to catch it. So I'm going to read this. It's not really a question, but I thought it was a really nice message. So I'm going to read it. It's from B Boogie. Hey, everyone. This is my first message to the podcast. I've listened to your podcast for years, and I respect everyone who appears there for your love of gaming and pop culture, but also for your dedication, empathy, and love to all living things. That's right. I've learned a lot from you all, and I will continue to listen and learn more. Well, I hope you learn more. I don't know. And we're all learning, too. We all continue to learn. A lot may be said about the after show for your podcast, but not enough is said about the pre-show. And of course, this makes me one of the few, the proud, the watch the YouTube videos. That's right. You are the few, the proud, or you're the few at least. And you are proud. I couldn't stop laughing at a recent pre-show when the video opened with a discussion of nose hair trimming and adequate bush length. There you go. That's the pre-show talk. Thank you very much for that, B Boogie. Yes, we don't ever really talk. Wow, look at that, Ice Dilbert. That's amazing. That's so cool. I want that. Ice Dilbert is showing off a 3D printed grip and light for the Playdate. That is fancy. B Boogie, thank you so much for the letter you write. Nobody talks about the pre-show of sometimes there is discussion like there was today. We're talking about Burger King and video rental stores. At least we caught a little bit of that on the pre-show. So yeah, there's for the podcast diehards. If you're the audio listener, like the legions of people out there, and you're not watching a YouTube video, you're missing a good 15 to 30 seconds of random conversations.
Very random.
Well, there you go. We also have a Patreon question. Dude, did you know you can join the Patreon?
For $1.
For $1. I was wrong last week. I told you I read the first new question from the new thread. Somehow I didn't, and I missed like 5 more that were before that. So now, this time I am reading the first real question in the new thread, and it comes from Joe Shabadu. To whomever is potting on this day, is there any fondness for the original Iron Chef that was given English dubbing and distributed via the Food Network in the 90s? As far as I'm concerned, it was the progenitor of all competitive cooking baking shows and way ahead of its time. FilmRise Television started to upload them to their YouTube channel a couple of years ago, and I find them to be nostalgic in the best ways. Back when I partook of a certain medicinal herb more often, I have so many great memories of watching an episode of MST3K and an episode of Iron Chef back to back before ordering food from whichever place was open. I probably also picked up some foundational cooking techniques subconsciously that I use now. Be well. Love, Joe Shabadu. P.S. I was first. Do I get an achievement on my GN gamer tag? Plus, or please mail it to me. Thanks. Oh, I'll get right on that. Yes. By the way, I got an achievement this week before we answer this question. My achievement is, according to YouTube Music, I'm a top listener of Aurora. For April, you were in the top 0.5% of Aurora's audience of 147 million. Top 5%. Like that 5%. But I'm not typing in Aurora and listening. The algorithm just knows me so well that it's like, we'll just throw in some Aurora stuff in there. Plus, I'm following her new thing with the guys. Oh, it's probably not Chemical Brothers. She's doing a new band with somebody else, and I'm listening to all that too. So, yes, I'll get you some badge for your achievement, Joe Shabadu, because I understand how much that means because I have one now too. It's like those flower badges for Pikmin Bloom on your community day.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Chef. Any fondness for those original episodes? Do, Mom Brain?
I never watched it.
I don't know that I've ever seen like a full episode, but I do absolutely appreciate it. And I think it's also like like a really fun show to watch. But Raw Meat, I think you watched, right?
Oh, I watched.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that man.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that originally came on board for the American version of Iron Chef, the presenter.
Yeah.
What did they call him? The Cacho? That seems right.
You're the
Where the guy that points to the ingredient and says it in the craziest, loudest way you've ever heard, where he's like, seaweed, and like screams at the camera.
Like he's accusing it of murder or
Yeah.
something.
Yes. I wish I could remember it, but there's one ingredient he yelled. Iron Chef guy yelling ingredients. There was something he yelled that was so funny to me.
Today's secret ingredient is...
I don't know what one's this going to be, but we're going to do it together.
Scallop! Mushrooms! Crab! Cheese! Squash! Duck! Catfish! Potatoes!
You get the idea. It's
That's
a whole
pretty good.
supercut of all of his secret ingredient yellings. But yes, I watched Iron Chef from the beginning. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I watched it for many years. The beginning, when they were dubbing, and then the officially localized version and all that. Yeah, I really liked Iron Chef, and oh my god, and I liked, you know, when Alton Brown got involved and all that stuff. There was a time where when I have like eras of GoNintendo where I'm working late on GoNintendo and I would have something on the TV.
Cheers. Frasier.
There was that era, certainly. That was a big era. There was Food Network where I would just, whatever was on Food Network, it was like that. And like, what was the one that was like roulette, where they'd have like a roulette wheel and like ingredients would come out and whatever. I did QVC for a while. I had on just because it's like nice background noise. There's one I just had and I'm forgetting. Oh, Investigation Discovery. I just would put on Investigation Discovery and listen to, you know, somebody was killed and they were trying to find a murder. So that was what's that show? You know, the biggest show of all time. No, that's the name of the network.
Forensic
Files. That one. Carpet Fibers.
That was in the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still going. I mean, they don't make new ones of that anymore, but yeah, so I've had eras, and my Food Network era was there. Guy's Grocery Games, and you know, what's the other one with the guy that I was going to say used to be gay? That's not what I mean. The guy who used to be, you know what I'm trying to say. The original Fab Five gay guy.
Oh.
He's now the host still of that show.
Oh.
What'd you just say?
He has like a kind of this kind of voice.
What is that show? It's so stupid because you can't describe it because it's the same as every show on Food Network, but it's the one that's popular. They get ingredients and they're in a basket and they don't know what they're going to be, and then they got to make a meal. Yeah.
Chefs and they get eliminated after the rounds.
Our friend who got
Chopped.
married, Chopped. That's it. Yeah, I was going to say he had one of the chefs from Chopped to make his food. But yeah, I used to watch all that stuff. Oh, Nikki Hill is messaging me, and I guarantee this is going to be about what I'm saying. Chopped, the show that Nikki Hill worked on. Yes, I knew that was coming. I was trying to avoid that part of it because I knew he was going to be mad. But I can't remember the names of anything anymore. Yes, Malakala, that's the thing that he yelled. I forgot about that all the time. Or he used to yell at all the time. I forgot about it. Other cuisine! And that guy's amazing. So good. So good. Nikki Hill made Chopped what it is. That I've heard many people online say that Nikki Hill's seasons of Chopped were the best there were. I've seen that. It's out there. Go look on the internet.
Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
So Joe Shabadoo, yes, I fondly remember those days as well. No reason that I fell out of it, just fell out of it. And I'll have to go look on YouTube and see how nostalgic it is for me. There we go. It's like I meant to say this when we were talking about American Gladiators. I loved the original version of Ninja Warrior, where they had English commentary on it, but you just watched the original Ninja Warrior, and it was incredible because it was the runs and a little bit of talk with some of the commentary team, and that was it. And I loved Ninja Warrior. And when they announced they were bringing it here, I was like, this is going to be incredible. And then it wasn't incredible because we did what we do. And it went from being a half-hour show to an hour show, which somehow has less action than the original half-hour show. So it's like that Unbeatable Banzuke. What a show. Good. What a show. Hey, Laxter, good to see you. Nikki Hill Laxter wants to know what seasons of the show you worked on. Unbeatable Banzuke was like Ninja Warrior, but with like a whole bunch of different things. So it's like testing people riding unicycles through courses, or walking on giant foam dominoes to see how many they could cross over, or the Daruma hitting a big doll with a stick to knock the portions out. And oh, that show's so good. I wish they would bring that back. That was phenomenal. That's my G4 era, when they just brought over Japanese shows and they gave them English commentary, and you just watched the show as it was. It didn't need to be changed or edited or had any fluff added to it for American audiences. It was like, just put it in English and that's it. Then, of course, they went a little further with another show, which is the greatest show of all time. You guys know this show. A Japanese show brought to the States. MXC. Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. An example of a show where they didn't add in anything as far as fluff, but they completely changed what everybody was saying to make it a comedy. And holy hell, was it funny.
Yeah, it was great.
They were amazing. And that had to be so incredibly cheap for them to do.
Yeah.
It's just like 5 people sitting in a booth dubbing over a show, and they did nothing to change the presentation, and it was amazing. MXC is incredible. There are Pluto or Tubi, or one of those has a 24-hour-a-day MXC channel. So if you've never seen it, go watch it. I'm sure there's some jokes in there that have not stood the test of time as far as sensibilities go. But overall, let's go. Overall, I'm sure it's still funny. Yes, Guy Ledouche is a pervert, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of problematic things with
and
him.
it was perfectly edited. Just like kept moving too, and like the contestants would come out and they'd say something like literally like it was like a joke a second with that show.
Kenny Blankenship and Vic Romano, which are 2 people who are not real, but those are who they were on the show. Guy Ledouche and
Kenny Blankenship.
Let's go to what's his name? What was the the guy that told them let's go?
Yeah, I don't remember.
God, that's gonna drive me nuts. Nikki Hill, we need your help. Hey, Blinded by Daylight, good to see you. Ice Dilbert says MXC is awesome. Yes, it is. Captain Tennille, that's it.
That's right, of course.
Of course. Captain Tennille, that's it. Oh, that's so good.
God, that's funny.
What an amazing show. Oh, God. I say I would love for them to bring that back, but I just want them to do it exactly the same. Like, they don't need to add in anything at all. I have no doubt that could be just as funny nowadays, but that I'd love to. I should look into the crew of like who wrote that, and then who wrote it, and who the voices were and everything. Because man, they killed it. What a funny show. We used to watch hours of that show, crying from laughing at that show. So funny. Because come on, the humor was really funny, which is very difficult to do, especially when you're working with overdubbing and making up your own thing. But on top of that, I love people getting hurt, and people got really hurt on that show.
Well, I don't think you've seen anything like that other than like maybe Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is kind of like in that same vein a little bit. But this, like, we hadn't. I remember seeing that probably at your parents' house for the first time and just being blown away and dying, like you said, dying laughing. And I'd just never seen anything quite like it.
Mm-hmm. I had never seen anything like it. Yeah,
even if the translation was correct, it's obviously an outlandish show, whatever the heck it is.
That's all that caught me in the beginning. Before I knew that I didn't know anything about it being dubbed over. I just saw people running like the course, and I was interested in that. And then when they were talking, I was like, this isn't what they were actually saying. And I was like, oh, this is so amazing. One of my favorite shows of all time, really. Like, such a smart idea and such a simple idea, but man, from the beginning to the end, not a bad episode there.
Yeah, and like you said, people like looks like they get hurt or like like they'll fall like immediately into mud or something, and it's just the simplest things, but it's still funny today.
That's why it works with like in similar styles, Mystery Science Theater, because like the material is there, and I don't want to say it's easy to make fun of, but having that material there to just poke fun at it's never ending. It's so easy to sit around and like come up with ideas for that stuff at the very least, because the idea is outlandish and people are getting hurt. So, and then the fact that they add in sound effects of like bones breaking it, so it makes it that much good.
Oh my god.
Blinded by Daylight. Speaking of bones breaking, hope your back feels better. They said can't stay for long. I effed up my back today. Need some meds and sleep. So
Your back's killing.
hope
Your
you-
back's killing, is it?
Hope you feel better, my friend. Rest easy. All right, and that's it. And now we are doing music, Mom Brain.
We are.
Why wouldn't we be? BR.
Mm.
We are doing music. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
Put music in the title. Help out your local
Hell.
Mom Brain. I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
Alrighty. Here's one from Mikey 3319.
Ooh, I know this. It's
This is
ice
sports
hockey.
related, yeah.
It is. For all our heated rivalry fans.
Man, this is like a banger.
Yeah, that's a good song. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
If they played this in actual hockey, I would watch.
Yeah. 4 fat guys and 1 skinny guy.
The ultimate team. Thank you. Who sent that in?
Mikey 3319.
That
Mikey,
noise
thank you. That's great. Yeah,
is
the fight
so
noise
good.
is good.
It's such a
Very
good,
good.
like it scratches some weird itch,
Oh, I
that
gotta get out
noise.
of the Discord.
All right, this one comes from Alien Boy VA.
Well, this has to be early 2000s. Wii or GameCube?
Well, I'm looking at eShop.
Oh.
So,
So Switch, you're saying?
Is it like a light
Yeah.
tracks or
Loving it. Portable?
thumper?
This is great. I am shocked that this isn't. This has to be an earlier game, or if somebody's aiming right for that era.
I think they're aiming right for that era.
So it's on the Switch. So all right, what do I feel like this is?
Neon white.
Yeah, right. That's great. It's definitely that style. So it's aiming for that. So if they're aiming for that and it's on the Switch, it would have to be like a racing game or a puzzle game. Are either of those true? You know?
It looks like a puzzle game.
Okay. Oh, I know what it is, but I'll never remember the name. It's like, is it like a word puzzle game?
Probably.
I'll never remember the name of it, but yes, it was a game that specifically went for that era. Yeah, damn it. I don't remember. I'll never get it. I meant to play it because I loved the trailers for it.
It is Crossnick
That's it.
or Cross
An IQ Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to play that and I never did. I loved the music in every trailer. Damn it.
I'm so sorry.
Damn it.
Um,
Somehow sitting at this table, I lost that toothpick you gave me. I don't know
It
where it,
was
went.
on your lap before.
Oh, I'll forget it.
So heaven
Probably
only
went
knows.
inside my urethra.
Oh, yeah, you would never feel that.
Okay.
I keep a slick urethra.
Oh, Christ.
Guys, it's natural.
Oh.
This one's from Tentavision.
Oh, is this Bayonetta?
Yeah.
Wow.
The first one?
Nope.
Second one?
Nope.
The third?
Yep.
I didn't play the third. Why do I know it from Bayonetta? It must have been in a video or a trailer or something. Or it's got a Bayonetta feel. I still have only played the first Bayonetta. I'm a sham.
See you, space cowboy.
It's got that style, yeah. Saw a guy, Adult Swim, just reposted something on TikTok of a guy playing the Tank intro song to Cowboy Bebop on his trumpet, and his comment was like, "I hope I never have to play this song ever again because it's
Probably
insane to play."
challenging.
Yeah,
This one's from Wired.
I know this. I mean, guitar right off. I don't think this is Sonic.
Nope.
I know this.
This is Hades too.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a fun boss fight.
Yeah.
Because there's like 3 members of the Harpy band or whatever, and if you kill like the drummer, like obviously the drums stop, or it's cool.
It's a very cool idea.
Okie dokie. This one comes from It's Stitched.
Thanks. It's Stitched. Oh, Mom Brain thinks I'm going to get it right. Oh, wait a minute.
No,
Wait a minute.
I didn't.
Oh.
I just.
Did not go the way I thought it would. I don't even know what system. Sounds kind of 2000-ish. Sounds like a random third-party game. I'm gonna go Wii.
Yep.
But I have no idea what it is. Some kind of platformer nobody played.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Or some licensed game.
Are you giving up?
I'm never gonna be able to get anything. I literally do not know. This is not something I've played or I've heard.
This is the Core Gang, Kore,
Oh my God.
Outvasion from Inner Earth.
I remember writing about that game for years because it would never come out. It was like canceled and not canceled and canceled and not canceled.
Look at that Leon gif in the what
gotta
the heck
open
is
this one.
that? That's really funny.
This one,
Coulter, that gif is amazing. Wow.
this one comes
Okay, I'm back.
from King Koopa.
Wow. Mario. Oh, I know. This is a Mega Man?
Yeah.
Mega Man Base?
No.
Mega Man 7?
Nope.
I'm so confused. Is it an X?
Yeah.
Ah, that's right. Okay, my knowledge of X is out the door, so... Okay. I have 3 guesses. Stu, I'll leave it to you. It's either X2, X3, or X4.
Well, you know what I want to say.
Stu says X2.
No.
X3.
Yes. Mega Man X3.
Yeah, in my opinion, Mega Man X has an unbelievable soundtrack. X2 has some good songs in it. X3, scraping the bottom of the barrel. After that, I don't know what happens. Everything falls apart.
Exum.
Radical Defect Master Higgins sends this one.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Super Nintendo?
No.
N64?
Yes.
There it is. Always get to it. Well, let's just throw a Bomberman out there to get that away.
Yeah.
Because it's good quality. Bomberman Hero. Bomberman Hero 2. Bomberman. I don't know. Just do it.
Bomberman 64.
There you go.
That would make sense.
Sure would.
That was a sweet little tune.
They're one of the few to do it on the 64. It's good quality because it sounds like Super Nintendo.
This one comes from Pratt Trap.
Yes.
Bring it on.
Yes.
Here's my time.
This is also Super Nintendo?
No.
This is N64?
No.
GBA?
Nope.
DS?
Nope.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Switch 2.
What?
Bonanza?
Yep.
What part of Bonanza is this?
Hey, Rule, King of Rot Battle. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Okay. The quality of this is
Doesn't
very
sound great,
low.
right?
Yeah.
Pratt Trap said, I believe Mom Brain might contest this title. I don't know why.
Probably because it's got a spoiler. This is a very low quality rip of it, which is why at first it completely threw me off.
Okay.
Wow.
How am I doing with numbers?
Two more.
Good.
This one and one more.
This one comes from No Blades, No Bows.
Leave your weapons here.
We've got a lot to go on.
Doki Doki. Because the heartbeat is funny.
Sorry, I was like, oh, it's a Cave Story, but it's like the
Dream
3D?
version.
Yeah, Cave Story 3D.
Yeah,
On
this is good.
the 3DS.
I mean, I played it. I loved it. The game's still great. I prefer the original soundtrack, but it's not bad.
I like this because it sounds like you're in a cave.
Good story.
I can't argue against that. You are right. Good story. Wow, that's good. That's good.
You know me.
Sounds like you're in a cave. It's got a good story, so
Hmm.
a title checks out.
We'll call it Story Cave.
Tail hole.
Oh. This one is from Nico Darunia.
This is our last one.
Oh, sorry, video was unavailable.
Bum, 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 beam,
This one comes from Nico Darunia.
Bum, bum, beep,
Whoop,
beep,
unavailable.
bum, bum, beam, bum, bum.
This one comes from Nico Darunia.
Well, if they're all coming
Third
from
time's
like,
a charm.
Unavailable.
ND, what's going on?
it's probably there's one like big YouTuber who used to do a lot of game music, and it's probably linking to their channel, and they've been taken down.
They got him.
Okay. This one comes from. Oh, no, can't do that one. This one comes from Nico Darunia.
I bet it doesn't work. Oh.
Weekend at Bernie's the game.
Why did that never happen?
I'm still waiting on a Weekend at Bernie's 3, as we all are.
I was going to say, don't speak that too loud, because I'm sure it will happen. Or I
No,
guess
they're
a
going to
reboot
remake
of it,
the
yeah.
first one.
Is this a first party game?
No.
Is this a Sega game?
No.
Okay. Can I have a system?
Wii U.
Yeah, third party on the Wii U, that's not hard.
This isn't Sega.
Bandai Namco.
Pac-Man something.
Tank. Tamagotchi. What did Bandai Namco do on Wii U? I don't. How about they do Tekken?
Yeah.
Hey, Tekken. I don't know. Tag tournament.
Tekken Tag Tournament 2 on Wii U.
I pulled that one deep out of my ass. I don't do. You're the Tekken guy. You should have been right on that.
I only knew one Tekken game.
Well, you.
Wait, what
Yes.
Tekken was it?
Not that one.
Tekken
Okay.
Tag Tournament 2 was not in your ass.
I only got it because Bandai Namco and Wii U. There's so little to pull from. They were 5, 6, 8 out of 10. Is that correct? Okay. 6 out of 9. And that is it for another show. We are out of
That
here.
is incorrect.
That's right. My man knows. And what does he know? That there's something.
Hey, be quiet.
Thank you. What would you like to hear?
I would like to hear the news of Deux.
Deux Views. It's never news. Rumor of the week with Deux Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen,
Other star.
as you know, we have I have spiders and flies, and I send them all over the video game realm, and they come back with rumors that you're not going to hear anywhere else. They go into big wig video game developer offices, and they hang around in corners and on the wall, literally, and they hear all kinds of things that you're not meant to know. But guess what? We're going to share them here with you today.
Juicy.
Because that's how we do it. Now, there is a note here. There's something we're doing different this week. Usually what I get from my spiders and my flies are rumors. So rumor material, meaning that it's not necessarily true. So take it with a grain of salt. This week, it's actually a true story. We're sharing
Holy
a
crap.
groundbreaking, definitely true, no matter what story that
Holy
This is
is
crap.
here. Yeah, this is exactly what we were here for, people. So we were talking earlier about the different names that they were throwing around for Donkey Kong.
Build on.
And yeah, Build On was one of the big standouts that we saw. But it's actually about Build On that this true story it contains. So it turns out that it wasn't Bill Don, it was Bill Dong, and it was an X-rated Leisure Suit Larry type
Wow.
game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Some things should remain a
That's
mystery.
amazing. Bill Dong was going to be the name of
Yep.
Donkey Kong.
And
They
he
should have
had-
went with that.
And his red tie was extra long
Oh,
to cover up
Oh.
any
whoa!
pixelizations.
Matty Bits has got it in the chat.
Wow.
Bill Dong. Well, I might have to call Donkey Kong that from now on. I was going to go with Bill Don, but
Bill Dong.
Bill Dong. That is
Yeah.
fantastic.
So it's true.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
true story.
That's
I can't-
true.
That's the craziest part about this.
That's true.
Discord,
I'm not gonna
I
lie, I'm sweating a little bit.
just got a chance to catch up on your. Did it break?
No, it just came untied.
I just got a chance to catch up on your dancing gifs in the Discord during the music section. Probably the finest bunch of dance-related gifs I've seen you guys do.
They're all
They
so
were
good.
amazing. There were so many
It's like
good ones.
one
in
right
there.
after the other, too.
So good. Great job, guys. And I don't look into Discord while we're doing music trivia, so I only got to partake in them now. But I wanted you to know that they've been seen and they are greatly appreciated.
Jesus was seen.
Where? Rachel, where?
Show me to me, Rachel.
I mean, I guess that's appropriate.
Rachel,
for-
please. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
After show, anybody? Anything? You got something? Anything anybody want to talk about? Okay.
It's not necessary, but I watched a horror movie called Primate, and it has all the trappings of being a bad movie, and it was not bad.
Oh,
So I would
anybody
say,
of note in it?
yeah, the
Bill Dong?
no, the guy from a couple years ago, that deaf actor that was nominated for whatever that.
Conan?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
He's in it, and yeah, I mean, it's not great. It's not great, and there's plenty other better movies out there. But like when it comes to horror movies, like you don't normally expect like decent character development. I was like, this is pretty good. Like I cared about the characters, and like
A nice surprise.
and the primate itself looked really good. Like it looked
It's a
bad.
good-looking primate.
Like it looks. It's clearly not real, but it was decent. Like at no point were you like, this looks outlandish. So like, and they had a lot of practical primate effects. So like, I was quite impressed with it. And it's basically like Cujo meets a monkey. So like, basically the primate gets rabies and kills people, and it doesn't sound that great, but like it was decent. It was decent for what it was.
There you go.
So there you can go for primate, and yeah.
Happy early birthday, Blood Ocean, who will be turning 38 tomorrow. We hope it's a great birthday for you. And SD, you know how to reel me in. You asked if I've been able to watch any new anime this season. Yes, I keep up with it religiously. I watch the episode or the shows I want to watch the day they come out so I don't fall behind. So I do have some thoughts and I'll share them very quickly. Oh my God. And that Invincible episode this week. Holy moly, Maddie Biss. Stu and I were talking about it
Some of the
separately.
best.
My God. I believe so. As I told you, the episode from the week before is the lowest rated episode ever. And I believe this episode was the second highest rated episode ever.
cool.
So complete bounce back for people.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a standout episode of the entire series.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and
crazy. I was
on a lot of levels. It was
hands on head watching the last 10 minutes. I was like, oh my God, what a crazy episode. Anime. Yes, since the first new anime of the season that I was watching started on Wednesday. So again, very quickly, because we're at the end of the show, I watched Go For It Nakamura-kun, which is a BL anime. Dude, you know what a BL anime is?
I do, but maybe
No. I know you don't, and that's fine. But I want you
Wait,
to.
how do you know? I don't understand.
I want you to think of what you can come up with for the most childish answer for what BL would stand for. Think of just think of a childish. I'm not saying it's funny.
Butt liquor.
Okay, that wouldn't be an actual genre.
It's childish.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Too childish.
Okay, so it's a genre.
Yes. It's an actual genre.
Okay, buddy life, where you're like
No,
friends
it's not
with
buddy.
some...
No, but you're not there, but you're at the start of something. Give me another word for. Yeah, sure, buddy.
So change the buddy, keep the life.
No. We'll get to that later, but
change the buddy.
Yeah, for now we're just worried about buddy. Yeah, SD says very close. In some ways, you are
body.
Very close. No. Like a very generic term for very generic. It's not even a term for buddy, but a generic term that could apply to a buddy.
That starts with a B.
Yes.
Bud.
Okay.
Pal.
Right amount of
Pal.
No. Right amount of it has to start with B. Right amount of letters for bud.
Okay. All right.
Extremely generic. I won't torture you forever.
Bob?
No, like very generic for Bob or Buddy.
I don't know.
Boy.
Okay.
So the first one is boys.
Boy's life.
No, you have to think. Be more immature. What would be something? I mean, we'll see if we get it. And it's a genre. It's a normal thing, but it is a funny way to describe it.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Love.
Oh, okay.
Boys love.
Yeah, that
so it's
makes sense.
Gay guy genre. It's about boys that love each other.
Like what? Like the summer Hikaru died.
Yeah, that's a BL. Yeah, more to it than that, but yes.
I wish I knew it was a BL before I went into it, but it's okay.
Why you wouldn't have watched it?
I mean, I probably not.
The whole point of it is finding that out as you go along. Well, this one is a BL, but it's a comedy BL. It's not no horror, no body horror in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching that. It's actually there were 2 episodes. The premiere were 2 episodes. So far it's fine. I like the voice acting. It's dubbed. I'm not like head over heels about it. It has some charm. It's fine. I need to see where it's going to go, but definitely not my favorite. I also watched Ramparts of Ice, which is the name we talked about
That's right.
last time. This one is about a young girl in school who was really harassed when she was in middle school. Like people just bugged her and kind of made fun of her and pushed her around and everything. And she decided that she didn't want that life anymore. So when she went to high school, she stopped talking to everybody and took on like an icy persona. And now the people at her high school are very afraid of her because they think she's like mysterious and mean and quiet and just calculative and all that stuff. And it's about her. I think it's going to be about her coming out of her shell a little bit and finding some actual friends. She's got one friend, but other than that, she doesn't have anybody. So this was better. I like this better than the other one.
Ramparts of Ice.
I found the main character to be endearing. I like the animation style. I like the music. The characters that are in it were enjoyable. So I liked it so far. So far, so good.
Better than BL.
Better than the BL. That is correct. Then there's Petals of Reincarnation, which is one, if you're a super fan, wasn't on my original list on Patreon. And I said there's always going to be ones that I'll add because I just don't hear about them one way or the other. I heard about Petals of Reincarnation as one to keep an eye on. So I was like, I'll give that. This one's on High Dive, by the way, not on Crunchyroll.
Flower petal?
Yes. So this is what the story is about. Some people have the ability to recall the abilities of people that are, let me think how to say this. It takes the idea of reincarnation, like you were somebody years ago and you were somebody else years before that and you were somebody else years before that. The idea is you are able to call in the abilities of those people into your person who you are now and use them. So like if somebody was a really good, I don't know, card player, you could bring back those abilities as who you are now and use them. But basically good people and bad people use them, but you never know what you're going to be. And you never know if you have the ability to channel your ancestors' abilities. And the only way to know this is you slit your throat.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
if you slit your throat and you have this power, then you can channel the ability of somebody in your bloodline. And if not, you die. So this guy has always been mediocre at everything. And he's sick and tired of it because his brother is great at a whole bunch of stuff. And he finds out about this thing and he's like, I got nothing to lose. I don't really care anymore. And he slits his throat.
Jesus.
And turns out he is one of these guys. And he gets the ability to steal because someone in his bloodline was a thief, but it's like a different, I don't know. It's not like he was a thief. Now you're a really good thief. It's kind of like a supernatural ability. So he can steal anything from anyone as long as they're within a certain distance. Like he could reach in and take your heart. Like he can steal anything as long as they're close enough. And it's a small circle of space. So
I knew a guy like
whatever, he does that. And the people that teach him about this are like, we're the good guys and we're out stopping. There's other guys that girls that slit their throat and they become bad and use their abilities to kill people. So we're the good guys have to stop them.
Good Lord.
So he stops somebody who's bad. But what you kind of come to find out is he's pretty bad. He's like Light Yagami in Death Note, where he's like, now that I have this ability, I'm going to thief everybody else's abilities and take them for myself. And I'm going to be the king of the world. So the little twist on that idea and that he's like light, I was like, oh, I'm kind of into this. I want to see where this goes. So I really enjoyed that episode. And then the only other new thing that I've watched is Snowball Earth, which was like, Hideo Kojima was like, watch Snowball Earth. The manga's amazing. And like a whole bunch of other like really prominent names in Japan's entertainment industry were talking about it. They're like, the manga is amazing. Snowball Earth, watch it when you come out. So I watched Snowball Earth yesterday, the first episode. Those guys were right. Like I was like, this is a quintessential, awesome, fun, endearing, and you can tell it's going to be sentimental anime. It was amazing. These monsters invade Earth. There's this little kid. His dad makes robots that are supposed to go out and self-destruct, but they also have basically AI in them. And one of the robots doesn't want to self-destruct. He's like, I don't want to go out and kill myself. So these things have pilot controls in them. Somebody can go in and maneuver them. So this little kid who is extremely afraid of interactions with people. He's like very shy. He goes and hides in the robot and he ends up being really good at the robot and fighting away the enemies. So he becomes like a pilot of this thing, and the robot doesn't want to die, and the kid doesn't like talking to people, so he goes and hides in the robot. It's a great team, and he can talk to the robot's AI because it's not a real person and it doesn't make him shy. So he goes on throughout like much of his like teen years saving the world. And then there's this big thing going on in space where it's like the final push, and he's like more of an adult now. I guess he's like 16 or 17, and he's out in space, and they got this giant gun that they're going to use to blow up all these things, and the gun malfunctions, and the ship gets destroyed, and everybody on the ship dies, and the kid in the robot suit can't fight everybody, but he tries to take out as many as he can, and then the suit that he's in is kind of destroyed, and the suit's like, this is it. He's like, we're going to die.
This is all the first episode?
Yeah. And he's like, I know what I got to do. Like, we're going to have to detonate. Like, I got to self-destruct to give humanity some chance to live on. And the pilot inside is like, oh, all right. Like, this is it. I'm not going without you. We're both going to do this. And then they're talking to each other. PL. That's right. PL. And then the AI robot is like, you know what? This isn't fair. I robbed you of like so much of your formative years because you never made real life friends. He's like, I'm not a friend. I'm an AI. He's like, you shouldn't have been here with me. And the kid's like, I wanted to be here with you. I'm very shy. You're the only one I relate to. And he's like, it's not right of me. I know what I got to do. And he jettisons the kid out, and the AI blows himself up to kill all the monsters. The teen crash lands on the planet. He wakes up from cryogenic sleep, and it's like 10 years later. So he opens up the pod, and everything is covered in snow, and the buildings are destroyed, and that's it. He doesn't know what's going on. That's how the first episode ends. So killer first episode. Really good. Great intro, great outro, great characters. Voice acting was great. You know what's really cool? It's a mix of 3D and 2D animation. And I'm not a big fan of 3D animation in anime. It can be done well, but I prefer hand-drawn or traditional. This is done really nice. They use a nice mix in the show of both. Like, bigger action scenes are usually 3D, and the more character-driven scenes are 2D. I really like it. So far, that's my pick. The number one is, that's right, rest in peace, Yuki SD. That's right. Number one is
it a kaiju, this AI? It's like big robot.
I mean, it's a robot that you get inside of. Yeah, but it's blown up now. It's over. It's dead. It died in space. I don't know what's going to happen from here on out. I'm guessing there will probably be another robot, but it's funny because I was watching it, and right off the bat, they tell you what's going on, and it's like kaiju invaded Earth, and I was like, oh, dude would hate this.
It's not gonna happen.
So Snowball Earth,
bring me to the Snowball Earth.
Number one with the bullet. But tonight is a one that many people are excited about, and I hope it's good.
Many people are saying
it's Daemons of the Shadow Realm, which is made by the Full Metal Alchemist person. So there's like heavy expectations for this one. Also tonight is Needy Girl Overdose, which is the anime adaptation of the video game
GL,
and Akane Banashi, which you said was a great name because it's fun to say. That is tonight as well. So we'll see how those go. But that's it. That's your after show, which was way too long. But you asked me about anime, that's what you get. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some game. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. And we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.